Hey guys, welcome to the Grin Station Lunar Horse Trophy Season number 8. We are in the playoffs. Yesterday we saw two teams going home, but now we have the upper bracket finals to decide which of these two teams is going to be making it into the grand finals. It is the two best teams, Direborn versus Mentality Monsters, and I had to bring in Yuhang for this one because it is looking like it's a pretty good series.
Yeah, it is a pretty interesting matchup coming up today, and always happy to be here. I'm doing great. And how about you, Altrus?
I'm doing good as well, but Yuhang, this is interesting because you have a lot of rivalry. These are like you pointed out as we were talking, a lot of these players are friends with each other, but a lot of these players were also on the same team as each other. CJ and Potter 2 were with each other for the longest of times, but now they're staring at each other from across, well, across the teams here.
Yeah, this is gonna be another.
5 seconds.
Maybe I hope they don't have some beef between each another, but I do believe they are the good friends still, even they're not in the same team. And looking at the draft here, Mirana as the first pick is very popular now in the meta, even in the pub game, in the pro match. Recently, this hero started to get very highly contested as the first pick, and I believe it could be the innate. I just realized the innate is kind of like the force arrow that he could just use it, like click the hero, and without pulling the aggro. And I feel like that's a big buff to Mirana, since he has very high attack range already, and having the mechanic that can attack a target without pulling aggro when he's around the crit wave, that's just a big buff or big upgrade to the hero. And he also has pretty strong trading ability with the Starfall. Just a great hero overall, and that's why we see a lot of Mirana getting first pick in the CM mode.
What do you think about the Earth Spirit though? Because we also see a lot of Earth Spirits being picked up.
Yeah, Earth Spirit is the other popular hero, also started to get more and more popular now. Before this patch, or before like a few patch ago, we never see Earth Spirit in the scene because the hero is not viable. It's not good. Doesn't matter post war or mid is not good enough. But now he's capable playing in the mid lane. He has insane high base damage, and then he also has some bonus damage from his stone random. So he's gonna get a lot of CS, a lot of denies in the mid lane against most of the mini matchup hero. And most importantly, he has the potential to enable the Mirana in the mid game. So he has the initiation with the roll in, stun, slow, silent, sell for the arrow follow up, and with just only these two heroes, they have a lot of potential already in the mid game to nuke someone down before they could press any button. Just a good hero combo to enable the support.
Yeah, I remember one of my team's players, Sanity, mentioning about how the Mirana is a really good hero. Of course, I did not believe him, and we did not pick the Mirana at all. But I have newfound respect for Sanity's draft, and so maybe at the main event for ENC, I will actually listen to him. Mentality Monsters, though, they have a very standard draft here, Yuhang. They have the mid lane Snapfire coming out, the Wind Ranger, which should be CJ's pick, could be flexed up, Phoenix as the support, and a Centaur with the Wind Ranger. Normally you have a situation where you would pick up a Wind Ranger, but then you have a Centaur being picked up from the other side, making the Wind Ranger's life miserable in the laning phase. But this time you have the Timbersaw. The interesting thing is the fact that you have a Wind Ranger versus a Swen. And Swen isn't someone who likes to build up that MKB. So how is the Swen supposed to take this Wind Ranger out?
Swen, one of the biggest strength of Swen is he has the potential to just nuke someone down during his stun duration without the target pressing any button. If he blink him before, if he press the God Strength and he blink his stun before Wind Ranger press a Wind Run, he could just nuke the Wind Ranger down. That could happen in the mid game. But later on, you did point out that Swen, he doesn't want to buy a MKB. That's very true because he having a hard time sort in more and more item already. So having a MKB on his inventory just a big nerf to that hero. Usually he don't want to get that on Wind Ranger. I mean on the Swen to just deal with the Wind Ranger. So I guess they need to play the long fight, or maybe they need to follow with the chain stun from his allies. Speaking of chain stun, they go for the Bane, which is decent answer to the Wind Ranger. Because if he grips him, they can just throw all the spell on the target and then they will die. So far, there's not a lot of save until they have Scepter or the Centaur or the Phoenix, or maybe the Snapfire. Like all the rest of the hero beside the Wind Ranger, if they get an Arcanum Scepter, they have the potential to save the target with their ultimate ability. So that's something that we need to look at in the later or the late game.
The Bane Fiend's Grip certainly, is one of the factors that will enable the Swen to right-click Wind Ranger down. I'm taking a look at Direborn's lineup, Yuheng, and it seems absurdly tanky. The Timber, Swen, Earth Spirit, even the Swen comes in with that Warcry, right? So the Wind Ranger focus fire damage reduction on herself, the damage penalty, coupled up with the Swen having that absurd armor buff for his entire team, makes it hard for the Wind Ranger to actually find these skills. Sure, Drake on the Tusk, his tag team will enable the early game potential, but in my estimation, I think Direborn's lineup may just be stronger just because of the fact that it's hard to cut through them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This three strength core, they are really tanky with the Warcry buff, and Timbersaw has the reactive armor, and most of the damage comes from Ranger is physical. So it depends on the Snapfire or the Centaur to control the mid-game tempo. If you cover the team name of Direborn, this Raiden drop, it does really look like Falcon's drop. And they're picking the the Falcon 0 here. And I do really like it. And also they will have a decent landing potential. Looking at the full complete draft here. Sven against the Centaur, Timbersaw against the Wind Ranger, Earthspirit versus the Snapfire. So they have a really good available matchup in the lane. And if you want me to pick a side, I do feel like Direborn, they have higher chance winning this game one.
Have you done your fantasy predictions yet for the upcoming TI? So where have you placed Falcons?
I wanted to place it on 4-0, but I put it on 4-1.
Okay. Is it because you're an offlane player yourself and Amar is one of the best offlane players out there?
Yeah, I do look up to Amar. As I always study his replay, always check his Dota path, look at his item build and playstyle. And he's one of the best offlane players. So most of the offlane players out there, I guess they will also study Amar. Look at him as the role model in offlane.
Okay, I tell you what, Yuheng, I will get you an Amar autograph when I hopefully get to meet him, and if he hopefully speaks to me when I do meet him.
Okay, chat, you heard it. We take that. Thank you, Charles. Thank you in advance.
It be really interesting, but it'll be my first time meeting all of these big pro players as well, and hopefully getting a few autographs from the players that I look up to. Well, let's see. I didn't even get an autograph from Yawber, and I was a really big fan of Yawber. It just completely slipped my mind. You know, when he was in my house playing for the ENC qualifiers, I didn't even realize, hey, maybe I should get an autograph from this guy. But I didn't want to affect the, I don't want to disturb the coach-player dynamic in that. But that was an interesting event. I will update the logos for you guys, for those of you who are tuning in the stream. Just kind of give me a moment. And actually, it's pretty much just done. I forgot I set it up already. What is the win condition for the Dire side? Now they clearly see all of these tanky heroes. How do they actually cut through them? How do you find the momentum? How do you win the late game? Because it does feel like this game is probably going to go late.
It has to depend on the Snapfire to make the mid-game to create the mid-game tempo, but I don't think they have enough hero to enable Snapfire, because Snapfire is a hero you want to stay at the back until he has the blink. But against Earthspirit, it's never going to be easy in the mid-game. So the mid-game tempo is going to get out-tempoed by the Earthspirit. And for the win condition, they need to depend on the whole squad to win a big fight, I guess. Good thing is Ranger, he can be very active in the mid and early game. So they can try to fight with the number advantage when Sven is farming. So that game, I guess that's the one of the win conditions for the Dire side is to play as far in the early mid game before the Sven comes online, and they somehow outnumber and outfight the Direborn heroes.
Mentality monsters do end up with 3 of those bounty runes. That is, it's not exactly a big win, but it is a win at the end of the day. Who is favored on this top side? If Phoenix plus the Wind Ranger means that the Bane isn't really going to be able to trade all that well, and the Timbersaw might not actually be able to help that Bane.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Phoenix and Ranger is gonna out trade the Timbersaw and Bane, because Ranger, they have better attack range, and Timber is a melee hero, and Fire Spirit is just one of the best trading spell in the support role. Even Brain Stab is one of the best too, but still Fire Spirit has 4 charges. During the whole duration, it's gonna out trade the Bane for sure. And right now, it looks pretty good for the Ranger and the Phoenix lane. Small cam and the hard cam both open, which benefit a lot to the mentality monster side.
Yeah, there's also oh wow, Drake, he's able to find first blood on Deco. Dixon hits the deck, and this is an interesting lane, because I would have imagined if you want the Wind Ranger with the Tusk and the Phoenix with the Centaur, you know, range plus melee combo, but I'm surprised that they actually found the kill on the Mirana, who can just leap away. They didn't even have the tag team for that.
Yeah, he went for the level 1 second arrow. I guess that's the reason why Centaur and Tusk were able to get that kill. Because level 1 Mirana is pretty weak. Even has very long attack range, but somehow if the Tusk and Centaur get another kill in the middle, that's a solo kill. Wow.
I was not expecting that. Not on Pota 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Mamang Daya, he is a fantastic mid lane player, but Pota 2, he's been playing the Earth Spirit quite a lot on this mid side in this tournament, and I haven't really seen him go down quite a lot. But one thing I know about Pota 2 is that every single time I've seen him struggle early on, he seems to somehow always find a fantastic recovery.
Yeah, and Earth Spirit is the best hero to do so. He just needs to make some good rotation with good some levels, and then he can just enable his team. Any item he gets just luxury to the hero. He just needs good levels, and maybe a BKB early vessel is good to go in the mid game. The hero does not require a lot of items to be useful. And that's the beauty of a Spirit hero now in the meta. Even they lost the lane, they make some good gang happen, and then they will bounce back.
Why do you think there's no Water Spirit in the game?
Oh.
We have all the elements. We have Earth, Fire, Storm. As Pota 2, he does take in damage. Blood Grenade also sent out by Mamang Daya, but the creep blocks made sure that Mamang Daya could not get an additional right click in, which would have been enough to take out Pota 2. Have you seen Avatar? The Airbender, Lost Airbender?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, it had all of these elements. Well, not exactly storm, but it had water, earth, air, and you don't have the water spirit in this. You have a void spirit, which doesn't. It's kind of whatever.
Oh, that thought mid lane might see another solo kill.
Yeah, I think Pota 2 is just pretty much just dead here. No bottle charges available. Mamang Daya will secure another kill. Pota 2, he had a lot to say before this game began, Yuhang, in the chat.
Yeah.
But suddenly it is Mamang Daya who is proving that he has a lot to say with how he plays the lane.
Yeah, just because Valve nerfed Snapfire a little bit in the previous patch, but people still need to remember he's so strong, very still with the innate 35% spell amp if you get to the melee close range. It's just so good against most of the melee hero, and looks like Pota 2 didn't realize that, or he underestimated damage output from Snapfire. Now he needs to remember, after these 2 deaths, he should be more careful now. Just one cookie into the scatter blast, like half of this spell, half of the Earth Spirit health is gone. Look.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty much there. The Drake also comes in with that snowball. Pota 2 will be able to walk away because of the teleportation coming in from DB, but DB doesn't have too much HP on himself or any semblance of mana. No Mango or Clarity available. Well, Clarity is there, but it's in his backpack, so he will just go away. Dota 2 does have 21 CS, but this is the terrifying build-up. Snapfire is one of those heroes that snowballs very effectively.
Yeah, with this early 2 solo kill, that's gonna allow the Snapfire to hit early level 6. Even with the kisses, he can't kill the Earth Spirit, but he can always TP to the side lane. Especially the Sven lane. Sven does not have a good mobility, not like a Spirit or Timbersaw. They could just chain or roll away. So with one stun into one kisses, they can easily kill the Sven. And I would like to see Mamandaya do this right now. But there's a very good observer set up at bottom by Dixon, close to the that's the one, the Dire tier 1 tower. That's a really good read. So that ops is gonna save the Sven because you know that the Sven is kind of vulnerable to the gank from the Sapphire.
Speaking of ganks, it is that 6-minute power rune timing. Both supports are to be rotating towards that mid side, hoping to secure the rune for, well, both of their mid laners. I'm not sure if the Mirana has enough HP or in even the mana pool to acquire the power rune, but it will be a shield rune. DB will snag that one because he thought Juju's right click would take the rune away.
Yeah, it's better he take it than getting denied by the Phoenix. But good play from border support. They know that 6-minute rune is very important for the Earth Spirit. That's why they all rotate to the mid lane. Unfortunately, Border 2 didn't get the rune. So he's gonna start here in the mid lane for a while. No rune, no move. Oh, he might be in trouble here.
Rolling Boulder is there for Pota 2. He can actually just make his way out. Yeah.
Kisses.
Oh, Mortimers are there going to be sent out. Pota 2 will eat the 3. Just need the one more, and Mamang Daya will be able to find it. 3 kills on just this one Earth Spirit. Mamang Prime.
Mamang Daya Prime. Yeah, he's here to play, here to win, and in the group stage, Direborn 2-0, Mentality Monster, and looks like Mamandaya is not happy with that, and now he's locked in to play this series. Yeah, this 3 solo kill is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, 3 solo kills are fantastic, and he also has a lot of stacks to build up. This does create a bit of pressure on both Womi as well as Dreamocell, and it's not exactly a Dreamocell hero, right? Dreamocell is used to playing flashy heroes like the Kez, the Templar Assassin, stuff like that. But now he's on the Swan.
Yeah. Swan is like I do see a player from China. He's on my fan list. And then I saw him spam a lot of Swan. He has really high rate with it. And maybe Dreamocell saw that too. Maybe that's why he tried out the Swan. It's not very popular in this meta, but people should realize Sven is actually a good hero now.
Mamang Daya, he'll teleport towards that bot side. Stampede will be committed, as well as the power shot coming in from that backline. They will take apart Mamang Daya. So they found 3 kills on the Earth Spirit, a kill on Mamang Daya. So Rapido's the only one who hasn't really died as far as the cores are concerned. But to be fair, it's not as if Direborn have a single kill to their name. They're 0-5 right now.
And there's a 2,000 gold advantage on Mentality Monster, thanks to all the solo kills and kills they get. Oh, bottom. First rotation from the Earth Spirit to the Magnetize.
Magnetize comes out, Rapido taking in a lot of damage. Rapido, or rather Womi, with the Chakram as well, dishing out the hits, but Pota 2, he will fall first. Womi ends up with a double kill, and with Dreamocell teleporting here, they will punish Mentality Monsters. They lose 4 for just the 1, and I think for Pota 2, sure, he has died 4 times now, but he made sure that his team gets a massive recovery.
Yeah, good rotation from the Earth Spirit and Timbersaw. They bring everyone here, and we also didn't talk about how good is Timbersaw this game against all the Dire heroes. They're basically 3 strength hero on Dire side, and then 2 universal type hero, which is very good for Timber Willing Death. Because Willing Death is very good against strength hero, also very good against universal type hero as well. Get to reduce 5% of all the universal type heroes stats. That's another good thing that for Timbersaw in this patch. But the hero is not very strong in the landing phase. But now with this rotation and the fight at bottom, that's gonna enable Timbersaw to have a better transition into the big game.
Oh, Bane, DB is gonna get caught inside of the ice shards. A simple Scatter Blast will take him out, but Womi, he's already taken out the entire ancient stack. So for DB, that is a very worth it sacrifice.
Yeah, that's a good death. He protect the triangle with his life, and also buy enough time for Timbersaw to kill the stack before the Dire heroes arrive. Very nice, good death still. Now there's only 1,000 from 2,000 advantage down to 1,000 advantage only for Mentality Monster. And Potato just picked out a good rune, which is the AD rune, as we can see on the screen. That's another rune that is gonna help him to get a kill or win a fight with his next Magna Dice. I wonder where or how the team gonna move now. Mirana just hit level 6. Bane is close to level 6, still level 5. Maybe they can try to play to the top, toward the top lane, or maybe find the Snapfire in the jungle. But they also need to push out the wave now. I wonder how they want to move. They can use the Moonlight Shadow or the Smoke or Mirana. They are thinking about to make a move now. I just wonder where they want to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that taking down Mamangdaya would be the right call, considering it's reasonable to expect, if you're Direborn, to expect Mamangdaya having the highest amount of net worth simply because of how many kills he's found, how much farm he has.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of heroes on this bot side. CJ and Rapido, 2 cores available. Juju not spotted out, and the Tusk nearby too. So 4 heroes present by Mentality Monsters and Direborn. They will send out an arrow to take out the catapult first. But still, that doesn't change the pressure on this tower. It's still falling. It's pretty much just dead.
It's a good call. It's a good decision, not taking the fight at bottom. Because without the Bane level 6, they are almost like 1 hero less on the Radiant side. So they do some good calculation, not defending the bottom tier 1 tower. It's a good choice. If they do, they will lose more heroes and giving more goals away. They're also under the Observer Ward in the Radiant jungle. There's a one good Observer Ward watching all the movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much spotted out everyone as they came in because they didn't use a smoke like you pointed out. It's still in the Mirana's inventory. DB still no Fiend Drip available. Perhaps they're waiting for that one as Womi comes in. Shock from will be enough. He takes out Juju solo. Now a regeneration rune for Pota 2 with the Moonlight Shadow. Perhaps they want to get another kill at the back of this, but there's no core to be found. Apart from, well, just this one Centaur, but he's going back.
Yeah. The reason why they play Juju as a position 5 Phoenix and then Drake as the 4 Tusk, even like Tusk with Ranger might be the better hero in the lane. A range plus a melee that could utilize the tag team. But I guess that's a player preference. Okay, I can see there's a Grandmaster tier on Drake, Tusk, and then Juju also love play Phoenix. But in the mid lane just now, the team also solo kill. I'm kind of surprised that Phoenix didn't try to press the Supernova to avoid his death. But just a support kill, right? It's not a big deal. Maybe giving a kill to Timber so that is fine. But now there's a smoke coming from a Dire side. They have no Blink Dagger yet, but they have the Kisses ready on the Snapfire.
Let's see who they find, because Pota 2, he does have the Magnetize. You also have the Bane's Fiend's Grip. Unfortunately, Pota 2, he might just be the one that gets caught. However, you don't have an instant stun on the Dire side, on Mentality Monster, so that's their biggest problem against a hero like the Earth Spirit. But they're rotating around, wrapping around for Dream Assault, who is potentially going to get caught right underneath his tier 2 tower. They drop down that Observer Ward, so they spot Dreamocell as he walks towards that jungle camp, but it seems like they've wrapped around completely. They've done a complete 360 here, and they'll just go back. But look at this Observer Ward placement.
They place...
It's like a triangle.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to say that too. They place so many Observer Ward down here at this bottom lane. They're looking to pressure Dreamocell. But look at his Biden build on Dreamocell. He has Double Bracer, Echo Saber, Strength Trap, 2.4k health at 40 minutes. It's not going to be that easy to kill him. Even with Blink on Snapfire, it still takes quite a lot of effort to kill the Sven. There's only one death on the Dreamocell. That's pretty impressive. Counter Smoke from Direborn, Spirit, and Mirana.
Unfortunately, they won't be able to catch anything. Apart from the Phoenix, Juju, though, he breaks Deco's smoke. So Deco will just have to get back, and so does Rapido. Or rather, the Phoenix. Rapido's creep will still die, though. It's a relatively passive game, but who wins here? If you're the Dire side, if you're Mentality Monsters, and you're allowing a Swen to farm, a Timber to farm, a Pota 2 to make a recovery, Aren't
Yeah,
the Radiant team just going to overtake Mentality Monsters at some point?
yeah, I think that's the case now. Sven with the built-in Battle Fury is gonna for sure outfarm the Ranger with only a Maelstrom. And he don't even have the Mjolnir yet. Not yet. So Sven's gonna outfarm the other carry. And then Timbers also love playing a later game as he get more items at higher levels. Also, like you mentioned, a Spirit already recovered. He has the Vessel, level 11, he's good to go. The net worth gap between the mid laner is a bit big, but Snapfire bought a 2000. He used a 2000 gold on the boost of travel. It's not gonna be that good in terms of fighting, but it's gonna help him to speed push and farm. So still,
That 2,000 gold, where did it go? Did he just buy a soul ring with that? That's
not
very
sure,
interesting.
but
I mean,
I really like to
you
see
pointed
an
out-
early blink.
Yeah, I mean the blink is I think the blink is the only way you get an instant stun. At least the blink on the Snapfire or the blink on the Centaur, the Wind Ranger wants to find his farm, so it's going to be a while before CJ has his blink dagger. So how exactly are they supposed to make a play? Because remember, even if you have the one blink, you still have DB with the Nightmare. And as long as he's around, you won't have that instant stun at least as easily as one would think.
Refight. Okay, spawn bottom. It's a haste rune. Oh wait, the Snapfire bought the shot. So most of his gold went to the shot. But which means like the shot is gonna only help him to farm, not gonna help him to kill unless he has a blink. That's the item that allow him to have the mid tempo. But without the early blink, which means they're just gonna sit in the jungle and farm. But I can understand why, and that's just how the games flow now. Because in the mid game, it's not easy to make a move. The map is so big. They did try, right? Just now they try to go on the Sven, but wait, hold that thought middle. It's gonna be fine, right?
Rick should be fine. Magnetize is gonna wear off, and I don't think that Photo 2 is gonna roll on further, not behind that tier 1 tower. So again, an unsuccessful play. At the same time, the Swan, like you pointed out, out farming the Wind Ranger. It was 1,000 net worth disadvantage earlier. Now it's 1,500, soon to be 2,000. Because one of the things about the Swan is that the more items he has, the faster he farms because of that built-in Battle Fury. Like it just accelerates as time goes on.
Yeah. And that's the environment now in Dota 2. There's a meta now in Dota 2. In the mid game, after the post landing phase, 15 minutes around like above, the game just becomes slower. The team can't make any big move unless they kisses from Bane.
Yeah, the Bane's pretty much just dead. Wind Ranger also threw out that power shot, so I assume he got a bit of assist gold with that too. Yeah, he got 69 gold. Nothing too significant. 404 gold again. It's just a support kill. So less than 1,000 net worth advantage for the Radiant team. It's nothing too significant. Vomi has the BKB now, so there's literally no reason not to fight.
Oh, that's a pretty early BKB. Yeah, he actually very close net worth with the Swan. That's pretty impressive. And thanks to the triple kill maybe at bottom fight just now. Now he's ready to fight. He TP the middle. He's looking to force a fight here in the mid tower, on the mid tower.
Yeah, and they also have the illusion rune.
Yeah.
They'll take out the Dominator creep too, but the Dominator creep instantly can be resummoned, or rather repossessed.
That's fine. At least the Wowing, but the Dominator creep get to deny the illusion rune away from Dota 2.
And is it just me, or does it look like Mentality Monsters are avoiding Direborn?
I guess they saw the. I'm not sure if they saw the BKB on Timber, so maybe he did, right, with the Observer just now. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason why they're trying to avoid this fight. But we talk about the Sven has the potential to outfarm the Wind Ranger. Once Sven has the BKB and the blink, he's good to go. He's ready to jump in and kill someone from 100 to 0. I don't want to see like the Dire team just trade farm until allow the Sven to get to that point. Okay, they go for the Roche bottom.
This is a very ambitious Roshan, but they do see Vomi on that top side, trying to take out that tier 1 tower. A tier 1 trade for Roshan is very well worth it, because even if you have the BKB on that Timber Saw, you'd have the second life for CJ, or even Mamang Daya, depending on who acquires the Aegis. Should just be the Wind Ranger. But do you farm up with this Aegis, or do you look to take a fight?
This could be like a farming Aegis, because they still need the BKBs on the Wind Ranger. There's too many spells. A Spirit, Timber Saw, and all the spells that could kill Wind Ranger. So this Aegis is going to allow Wind Ranger to get to his BKB without any death. Or maybe they could look to force a fight at the bottom Tormentor, since they have the control at the bottom area already. And they can just bring 5 heroes there to maybe force a fight at the Tormentor. But looks like Direborn, they wanted to like trade farm. They just push out the top lane and applying pressure. So we might not see any fight coming right now until they finish a BKB on CJ.
They do have the double blink, right? So CJ, once he finishes the BKB, you have a blink dagger on Mamang Daya. Finally, you also have the blink dagger on Rapido. So they have the initiations built in. I'm just wondering, because are the initiations going to work? Dreamosel will have the BKB, and you have Vomi, who will also have a BKB, who has a BKB, in fact. In fact, even Pota 2 has a BKB. So your Blink Dagger timings are now going to coincide with the fact that Direborn have 3 BKBs on all of their 3 cores, and their supports don't need a BKB because, well, they're usually just backline supports.
Yeah, that's true. And that's one of the reasons why pro team, the pro player, they are pro player, because they understand the power spike or the item build of most of the meta hero. So they understand at this point, this guy will get this item, and they have another item to answer that, which is the BKB now, like you mentioned. They have the BKB now to deal with the Blink Dagger timing on the Dire heroes. So even with this Aegis on Wind Ranger, I don't think they want to fight. They still want to like drag the game until they have more items, or unless they found a good opportunity to make a good fight. If not, they won't force any big movement right now. That's why we see very less kills in this game. 22 minutes now. There's only 13 kills in total. Tormentor is available, but both teams, they are not going for it. Okay, there's a smoke coming. We might see some action during the power
attempt. Rapido this time around will be able to find that Hoof Jump. The hisses start to fly out, and Pota 2 will fall before he can activate his BKB. Vomi will jump in with the Timber Chain, but unable to really find a return kill. In fact, he's actually continuing to go on forward. DB was there, but the Lotus Orb from Rapido will disable any kind of a counterplay. It will just be a simple and clean kill on that Earth Spirit.
Yeah, pretty good execution. Perfect chain stun. Flawless chain stun. No chance for Pota 2 to press his BKB or any button. Oh, they try and go for more. There's 20 seconds without the Earth Spirit.
CJ has the BKB. In fact, he also has the Aegis, so no reason to use that BKB. However, Vomi provides that frontline buffer, right? It's as soon as Vomi shows up, the damage from this Timber Saw, like you pointed out, against these strength-based cores, against these universal heroes, is simply too much. Unless you're willing to pop your BKB to just secure a support kill, which wouldn't be all that worth it.
Yeah, no panic BKB used from CJ, even he just got it. It's a very disciplined play from CJ. Most of the pop player, they will just go for it. Even just a post fight, they will just die for it. But in that situation, we can see CJ is very calm and no panic, no overcommitment. Even he has a BKB and the Aegis, he still remain cool, which is very good. Okay, someone pinging the Tormentor now. It was the Timber Saw. He has the BKB. He is very strong, almost close to unkillable. Even they chain stun him, he will have the opportunity to press the BKB and run away because he has so much HP and armor. So he's really good at holding this dangerous area, and that's gonna bring his team over here for the Tormentor. Maybe they could go for a fight after this. Seems they already like got strength. Maybe take a bottom tier 1 tower after this. Let's see who get a shot. Okay, DB.
That AoE brings up. Yeah, that should be pretty good. I'm surprised that Dreamosel doesn't just go take this tower out with that God's Friend like you pointed out. Like, he could do it all by himself if he wanted to. No glyph available for the side of Mentality monsters as Mamang Daya. He's right there, but will decide not to make a play for Dreamosel. I'm actually a bit surprised that these two Southeast Asian teams are showing restraint, Yu Hang.
Yeah, we're looking at the best two team in this tournament. They are the top score in the group stage, and they are playing this game very carefully, not making any high risk movement. They're playing very disciplined, which I really like it, because this shows some of the seriousness for the player. They don't want to overcommit or make any unnecessary movement. It's not like a pub game. Like, just go and run around and look for kills. They know how to, in this game, they know how to control the map and just be patient, wait for the item power spike, and also respect the other team item power spike and make a good decision in between. So right now, 25 minutes, there's a 4 staff on DB. Not sure if that will be enough to save his life in the team fight, because it's gonna be the main target. Oh, middle, big fight.
Womi, he's just gonna get blown up. For the 2, he jump right in, will have a good magnetized command, but the Phoenix Egg will mean that you have to get back right now. Stampede will be committed, DB is gonna lose his life, and now for the 2 is in big trouble. Gonna get hit by the Walrus Punch as Dreamcell comes in to find himself a double kill, but in the end, it's 2 supports for 2 cores as well as a Bane.
Yeah, that was a really close initiation from Spirit. He almost killed the Phoenix before he popped the A. And Timbersaw, once again, he made a very amateur mistake. He stayed in the mid lane at 25 minutes by himself, even he's a tankiest hero. But still need to be careful, because mid lane is the kill zone. At this point, if they're shown in the mid lane without any, without a proper game plan, or without the whole squad backing him up, he's gonna get killed. Even if he has 3000 HP, he might still get killed in that situation. So that's another amateur mistake. I guess maybe he just woke up, didn't realize he's in the center of the game. Yeah, he should be careful now. That's the first death. That should be the wake up call.
Yeah, they're really gonna have to play it careful now. It is, of course, the advantage is still in their favor. If you're Direborn, you're never gonna get pressed unless you have your towers, and the tower pushing potential from Mentality Monsters is simply missing. It's gonna be the Bane who will get caught. Dreamcell though will disconnect, but I don't think this Bane is making it out. He has way too many debuffs on him.
Yeah, way too many stun for a Bane. Timbersaw is around, and Usprit is looking at it. Sven has TP, but Goshrank is on cooldown.
There's no ultimates though from Mentality Monsters. Like, there's no Phoenix Egg for 30 seconds, there's no Stampede for 10, and no Mortimers for around 17. So Dota 2 could technically jump in, has the Magnetize, but again, he doesn't have the BKB. So it's a very risky play if you decide to go in by both Womi and Dota 2.
Yeah, that's true. If all the Mentality Monster is focusing on Timbersaw, maybe Dota 2 can win in, because the focus is on the Timber, not the Earth Spirit, so they have a chance to land a perfect Magnetize and then buy some time for his team to come in to win this fight. But it's gonna be a 3 or 4 second TP for Mirana or Sven. And 3 seconds is a long time in Dota 2. I'm not sure if they want to get here and take this fight. I think they are talking in the Discord and or the in-game com right now to decide if they want to take this fight. This can be a good fight for Direborn. If Timbersaw, like, he just Timber chain in with the winning death, it's gonna do like 1000 damage on the Tusk and Centaur. And I feel like that could be another reason they could take this fight. They still have BKB, they still have the Shiva on Timbersaw. They just need to allow
Womi is also stunned right now, Yuhang. And I think his stun is he's gonna wake up from the stun after DB's dead.
Yeah, but still, I saw there's a lot of tree. I saw there's a good angle for Timbersaw to chain and winning death on top of 2 strength hero. That's gonna take away like 50% of both hero health. And just that one reason, there could be a reason. That could be the good reason why Direborn can take this fight. But let's see. They could just chain in, winning death, and then they could PKP and walk away. That could still happen if they don't want to take this fight. But it's gonna be a
the problem
tricky
is if you chain in, right? If you're unable to get the kill, sure you have the BKB like you pointed out, but you don't have a TP, right? And then your chain's gonna be on cooldown for 4 seconds. It does very much feel risky, but it's also the fact that the Wind Ranger is CJ is very far away from his position, and he doesn't have a blink dagger, so he can't actually come in for the physical damage anytime soon. There's a
Yeah, I
lot of
can see.
variables in this fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibility.
You
in
said that
this
they're
fight.
friends, Yuhang, but it doesn't seem like CJ is being very friendly. And I'm just saying.
Oh, that's why they're not on the same team. I think he's just kidding. I don't know. Okay, Sven is back. Okay, we're about to find out if they want to take this fight or not. Let's see.
The Bane is going to immediately melt, and it's another stun. Wumi does get clipped by the snowball, but they do want to take a fight. They will take apart Drake. Rapido also losing his life right now. CJ will not help his Centaur, but Rapido will find the two-man hoop stomp and just stampede away. Pota 2 going in for the chase. Meanwhile, Dreamocell, he wipes out Mamang Daya. Rapido in the end does go down. Direborn take a very effective team fight.
That's a pretty good outcome for Direborn. And thanks to the rune bot at bottom, allowed Swan to find the opening to nuke down the Snapfire with just 2 or 3 light click, or maybe 4 light click. That's a big win for Dreamocell, getting a solo kill on the Snapfire. That gets him to level 22 already. Wow, that's a pretty high level Swan. And also we can see the damage output from Timber is insanely high. It just do so much damage on the strength heroes. He almost unkillable now if he uses BKB at the perfect moment. He will be unkillable, and he also do so much damage at this stage of the game.
And the problem for Mentality Monsters is that they only have one frontliner. It's just a Centaur. Their backlines are so weak, especially against Dreamocell, who has that Daedalus. Like, who exactly is supposed to survive those hits? How is the Snapfire supposed to be doing Snapfire things?
Yeah, that's true. For Snapfire to work, they need a frontliner, like you say, so that he could cast a full duration pieces at the backline without worry about getting nuke or getting burst by the Swan. And he also need his allies to self for the fight, so he could blink in, find a good angle to do the task. Die during his D-Ward mission, but that's fine. And Snapfire also he need to have a frontliner, allow him to blink in from a good angle to do the Q and W combo to do the full damage. But it looks like this game, like all these frontliner, most of them they are strength heroes, and that is not good versus the Timber. Roshan is on the menu.
Pota 2,
Pop up Moonlight Shadow.
Has spotted out Roshan. Now there is an observer ward right there, so I believe they did see them as they walked here. And they know the Moonlight Shadow's up because DB de-warded that sentry. So we'll see if they actually commit for some kind of a play right now. It is risky, even if you have the Snapfire as well as the Centaur. You know, we have a good setup for that Roche pit, but it's just the Swen. I just think that if you don't know where the Swen is, he can come in and just cleave your entire lineup down.
Yeah. Okay, another disconnect. This time it's on Mamandaya.
It's a lesson, you see. Pota 2 immediately sends out that go call. You don't want to wait for the other side? Well, the other side doesn't want to wait for you. Restart Dota lag, sorry. Those are very effective words, Yuhang. Like, he didn't form a sentence, but he just wrote 4 words which completely explains what he wants.
Yeah.
Do you see CJ carrying this game?
It's gonna be hard. I think he needs like one more item. Could be the Dragon Breath. And then he also need to wait for Swan to enter the team fight first. And then he come in after. Because they need to wait for the Swan to show up. And the Ranger went in. So the both carry need to wait for each another to jump in first. And if Swan jump in a bad position, Ranger can go in and focus fire down the Swan. But it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be hard for the condition for CJ to win the fight to carry this game is harder.
I'm not
Yeah.
hearing optimism, Yuhang, from everything you were saying. For Mentality Monsters.
Is yeah, I have to tell the truth. It's gonna be hard for CJ to carry this game. The
He's already
possibility is very low.
4,000 net worth behind the Swen right now.
Yeah.
More than
Also,
exactly 4,500 net worth. Like,
Mhm.
at one point, we're going to be coping with the fact that the Swen has 6 slots and can't build up any more items. Like, that's where we're headed. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
CJ,
Sven also.
he doesn't have the same damage output. Like, all of his items, right? The majority of his are farming based items. Sure, the lightning strikes are good with the focus fire, but that's entirely magical damage. For as long as the BKB is up, your lightning strikes, they don't really do anything.
Yeah, and Sven is level 23, and he went for the extra 8 armor talent on the Warcry. He's gonna provide 22 armor. That's a lot.
Without the shard, if I were the Swen, I'd just pick up the shard. Like 300 physical barrier of the game. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Could be worse.
It's gonna be instantly paused again as Mamang Dayo will reconnect.
Okay.
It's also additional movements. Like, I just think the Swen is just so much better of a carry hero than the Wind Ranger in this very specific circumstance.
Yeah. Roshan is up. Oh, Mirana. In the kill zone.
Yep, pretty much just dead. These are good kills, but I do wonder when was the last time they found a core kill.
Okay. They go for a smoke. They wanted to find a core kill right now. If they find a core kill, it's gonna be a free Roshan for the team. Let's see. Rune spawn bottom. So the AD rune. Oh, the rune of destiny.
It's a pretty big pickup, but Juju does spot at Pota 2, so this rune needs to be picked up right now. They're actually letting it go by, waiting for CJ to grab it. Fire Snap Cookie, or rather the Mortimer, sent out towards Pota 2. He immediately dies. His team did not join him for that little adventure for that power rune.
Yeah. He wasn't ready for that. They should be more careful. They should be more careful during the rune fight. And this is not the pub game. They will bring 5 heroes just for a rune fight. They need to realize that. Oh, looks like they still want to take the Roche fight, but there's no buyback on the Earth Spirit. It's gonna be a 4v5 situation. It's gonna be hard for Sven to enter the fight without the Earth Spirit.
And there's an amplified damage rune. Ooh. Rubito's gonna get hit by the arrow. Deco thinking about it. Dreamostar will activate the Ghost Friend, drop right in. Rapido now taking in the hits, but the snowball save is going to be there. Dreamosell is gonna get hit by the punch, but Vomi will jump in as well, taking out Rapido, but they've lost their carry. They've lost their Swen. Pota 2, 10 seconds to his respawn, but his team will fall before he is back up. Vomi, unfortunately, the lone survivor. Roshan also having been collected by CJ. Vomi just has to back away right now. It is the side of Mentality Monsters who have a very convincing teamfight win, but it seems like Vomi wants to continue forward. Okay, no, he'll get back now.
Okay, so the fight started but with the arrow. They saw Centaur inside the Roche pit. I can tell that Dreamosell, he was thinking to go in or not, but he still went in anyway. I thought it's a good decision not to go in on the Centaur, even the arrow connect with a full duration stun. But he still went in anyway. I feel like that's a mistake. He should be more patient. He also need to know that if he went in first, the Ranger will come after, and he will just die like how he died just now. He need to jump on the Wind Ranger, not the Centaur.
And I don't think he activated the BKB when he jumped in. He got hit by the snowball. Or, actually, no, he didn't get hit by the snowball. The snowball, they just wastes away so much of your time from your BKB. Like 3 seconds or something like that. And then the Walrus Punch, 1.75 seconds taken away from your BKB as you're up in the air for that duration. So, BKB is not that effective. And I would imagine that if you're Dreamosell, why enter the pit? Why not go for the backline?
Yeah, that's a mistake. It happened sometime to the best of us, and Dreamosell need to learn that mistake, not to do that again. Like you mentioned, Sven did went in with the BKB, so it's because he tried to dodge the stun from the Centaur, but the task watching, he kite the BKB duration, snowball the Roshan, buy time for the Wind Ranger or the Centaur, and then the turn and kill the Sven. even Timbersaw totally ignore, but he can't kill all of them without any solid control. Now the Aegis is on Ranger. He's about to finish the Dragon Breath. If it has the Dragon Breath, he can easily delay the Swan in the team fight. And they have the Aegis on CJ, which means the team fight will be easier for Mentally Monster. It's depends on how the team, which side have the better jump first. Dixon should be dead here.
Shaco shot doesn't land, but Deco taking so much of that damage, unable to leap away back to his tier 2 tower. And so that'll be a quick and easy kill, and I think at the back of this, Mentality Monster should look to push out some of these tier 2s.
Yeah, free tier 2 for CJ, and maybe Direborn should push out the top and the middle lane, and then wait for the high ground fight. If they want to take this fight, they need to go for a really good smoke play and go from the back line to kill the Phoenix or the Tusk first, because these two heroes, they are the key heroes in the team fight. We saw there's a snowball save turnaround potential, and then the Phoenix is also a very good team fight ability that could just protect or turn over the fight with the Supernova. So these two, they are the main target for the Direborn heroes. I like this smoke a lot from Mentally Monster. So after this tier 2 tower, they realize they can't go high ground yet because the risk is very high. And what they're gonna do here is they want to sweep the map from the bottom to the top and connect to the Ranger after push out the top lane. Maybe take down a top tier 2 tower and the Radiant Triangle.
Basically use this entire Aegis timing to take out all tier 2 towers, and then just squeeze Direborn out.
That's right. Oh, big fight coming.
Question is, what will Direborn do? They have the Observer Ward planted down in their triangle. CJ, though, will instantly deward it, taking away their vision. But the Moonlight Shadow, you can't enter the triangle. You have to go in from somewhere else, and it is going to be Mamang Daya who will get taken out. Womi will be able to find that kill, and it's a great start to the fight. Pota 2 realizes this. He wants to jump on forward. Fiend's Grip on Rapido, holding back his teleport. He is likely to die here. CJ needs to get away because he cannot actually focus fire down that Swen, not when he has, or rather doesn't have, 2 of his scores.
Okay, the Radiant Triangle, the Radiant Ward got deward instantly, but also it separate 2 teams. They have some info, and Timbersaw and Earthspirit ran in for the Wisdom Shrine. Centaur and Sapphire separate from his team, and both of them got killed. Good initiation. Somehow Direborn found the opening to get 2 kills. Now they have the advantage. 40-second window. Shen maybe could look for a fight or maybe get a tier 2 tower.
They also have a side of White Yuheng. Rapido, or rather, Womi, is backing in that Hex.
Oh wow, I like that. So they have the kill potential now, top lane.
Oh, Ezekiel is gonna take out CJ by himself. The Focus Fire is taking out Womi, and it does seem like the Timbersaw will fall first. Pota 2 jumps right in. Hasn't been able to find CJ, who still has the BKB TP away. Pota 2, or rather, the Aegis, it has expired, so you do need to be careful on CJ. Tremocell with the activated God Strength, it is expiring, so you do have to get back. As Rapido will pause the game, and I'm surprised no one has typed anything at this pause. I'm surprised they haven't lost their minds, Yuheng.
Yeah. Hydra Breath. When this item first came out, I thought this is the dog shit item. But I started to realize the passive is pretty insane. Right? The 2.5% of the max target health as magical damage is very strong. And
Without
also
a cooldown, right? it's interesting how there's no cooldown on it.
It actually dealt so much damage. It dealt so much damage than I expected. And then he has the other passive that allow him to do the split shot. Also another good damage buff for the hero. Yeah, in the team fight, he got to hit more targets, which means his DPS or damage output in the team fight also higher. And Timbersaw has so much HP, and that's why that's how he died to the focus fire because of the Hydra Breath. In the previous patch, without this item, Timbersaw might be able to survive, but because of Hydra Breath, Timbersaw died in that fight.
Do you think this game is at a bit of a stalemate, or that one side is stronger? Or maybe it just depends on how how either team initiate and who they go in on?
Yeah, it's depending on how which team has the better jump on the better target. So we talk about the Radiant team wanted to go on the Tusk or the Phoenix first because these two, they are the easy target, and these two heroes also has the potential to do the counter initiation with the Supernova or the Snowball. If they don't kill the target during a certain time, the support is gonna help the team to turn the fight. So that's the maybe the game plan. They have the potential, yes, to kill the core for sure. That will be better, but it's not gonna be that easy, right? Snowball will be always watching. And then for the Dire team, the team fight objective is pretty easy. Just throw everything and chase the guy. And then hopefully the Snapfire or the V-Ranger finish the target during the chase stun. It would be better if they could delay the Bane first, so they don't have to worry about the Nightmate or the long duration Fiend's Grip. So that should be the team fight objective, I guess. But for the Radiant team, they have the Mirana Moonlight Shadow, which means they will have better angle and better a free smoke, allow them to find the opening, to find a good angle, to find a good target to enter the fight. They also have like some night vision advantage from the Bane. Okay, Radiant, go for the smoke.
There's a Moonlight Shadow as well. 42 inching on forward. They really want that Phoenix, and they'll be able to find Mamang Daya. Phoenix Egg will be coming up, and that Supernova is going to be taken out by the 3 of Direborn. CJ now laying in the hits, has to get back. But this is a great fight for Direborn. They will pursue forward. Rapido now the one in trouble. No Stampede available. Activates his BKB. Tries to run away. But Dreamcell, he's found the stun on the Wind Ranger. Snowball save is going to come out, and CJ has no choice but to fight back. Will be able to take apart Dreamcell. But as soon as his BKB runs out, he's going to get hexed. Womi will take apart CJ. As Spota 2 found that kill, but it's 3 heroes for the price of 1.
Okay, the fight started without the Snapfire, and Phoenix just died at the start of the fight. Both of these two heroes got deleted because they're both very far away from the whole squad, and the formation is not there for the Dire team. And again, the Moonlight Shadow also allowed the Radiant team to find a better opening to win that fight. But the Tusk Snowball at the very moment that helps V-Ranger to turn and kill the Sweat. That's a pretty good ploy from Drake. But still a win for Direborn. A 1-for-3. But without the Sweat, that they might not be able to push anything right now. No high ground, no Roshan, no tier 2, just a net worth or experience exchange to the Direborn side. Oh, Phoenix just pick up a Beyond Disc. Okay, that's a crucial, very crucial item in the team fight.
Yeah, that means there's no nullifier, so that means he should always get his Supernova off. But the Aeon Disc, it's very easy to proc if you're a Timbersaw. Like one Chakram and the Aeon Disc just procs. Rapido will be able to blink away despite of the Nightmare. How exactly did he get that one down? I thought a Nightmare deals pure damage. It doesn't. It doesn't do any damage. They did. I feel like they changed that.
Yes, they changed it. So it does not deal damage, and also Osprey misses spell on the target. But that's fine. Centaur is not easy to kill. Even they have Timbersaw, it's gonna take a while. And they're also afraid that they're fighting closer to the towers. Maybe that's why they're gonna commit.
Roshan is up.
Roshan is up.
Yep, that's the big objective that I think both teams are going to be looking at. And if you're either side, this Aegis is really the only way you poke that high ground.
Yes, that's right. High ground with Aegis. High ground with Aegis. That's the formula. Without a good team fight or team wipe, they cannot go high ground unless they have Aegis. We gotta see some level 25 already. 25 on Timber, 26 level on Strength with the extra God Strength damage. CJ also just hit 26 with the cooldown reduce on Focus Fire. Dire Smoke. Take some.
5-man smoke. Across the river, as I don't think Deco suspects anything, but the Observer Ward is placed down. As soon as he smokes break, they'll see everyone. And Deco will just leap away. Hasn't been hit by the stun. Pota 2 activates his BKB. Dreamcell also activates his Godstrength. Will be able to take Drake out at the very least. Creating, or rather, Drake just seems to walk it off. Supernova has been expended though, so maybe Potatiu jumps back in. Womi will take out Drake with his Whirling Death. And now Rapido is isolated, stuck away from the rest of his team. Drake will buy back into this, but now they are in big trouble. DB will attempt to go in for the Nightmare, but immediately gets taken out. CJ still holding on to the BKB, has lost most of his life. He doesn't have a Satanic, needs to be careful. CJ uses his focus fire, but still just attempts to teleport away, will make it out of that fight, abandons Drake to his fate, and that will be a dieback for the Tusk. And overall, it will be Dreamocell who tried to take out the Snapfire, won't be successful, but still, I think it's a win for Direborn.
Yeah, it is a win for the Radiant side, Direborn. And I like how the team positioned themselves in the team fight. I need to point out that Mirana, I guess he purposely put himself in the mid lane, and then he also plays the ops in the middle because he knows that even he dies, he need to get his job done. He need to break the smoke, and then also he plays the ward. Even he die first at the start of the fight, he can always buy out. I guess he knows that he has a buyout, that's why he can do that by breaking the smoke, and then that allows the team to find a better angle, a better opening to enter the fight. Tusk also trying to do the same thing by playing a bit more aggressive. He jumped in first to help the team to get a kill, but unfortunately he couldn't finish the target. And also Supernova did protect the Sven a little bit. Protect the Tusk a little bit. Because of that, Sven couldn't commit for the Tusk kill, but after the egg pop, and Earthspirit roll back in, just catch them one by one. And Timbersaw just do so much damage. And without a good proper frontliner, that Snapfire is kind of hard to perform a good fight in this one. Even has a refresher, you can do like maybe 4 cookies on a hero, but after the nerf, the damage output is a lot lesser now. So speaking of damage output and teamfight control and kiting potential, the Radiant has a better way to do it. And they got themselves the big fight, and then they win the fight, get the Roshan. And we can tell that we're safe to say that Direborn, they are in control of this game.
Now they do have this Aegis. How do you see them using this Aegis? Is it just looking for a team fight? But because sooner or later you're gonna have to attempt that high ground. And I don't think this is one of those games where you just go high ground without at least finding a few kills first.
Yeah, that's the case. I guess they need to wait for the God Strength to come off cooldown, and then maybe go for a Moonlight Shadow like how they do it right now. Then they look for a pick off on the map before they go high ground. Any kill, like just one kill, even a support kill is fine. And then maybe they can slowly poke at the tower. They have the banner to do so. Earthspirit also just hit level 26. That's a pretty big power spike. Magnetize on himself, which means he will have a lot of damage output. That's why he built a Bloodstone, because he has the damage now with the talent, and then he needs to survive and last long enough in the team fight with the spell light steal. And they're also taking control of the map after the tier 2 tower. It's about time. Maybe they can make a big aggressive move to get some kills. Or they can just go high ground, poke a little bit, hit the tower 3 times, and then see what happens if they come back. Yeah, there's a lot of ping on the map. Sven is thinking about that.
At the same time, CJ is pushing out that bot side, so even if you go for a tower, Mentality Monsters do have the option of just trading out maybe a tower for a tower. And there's a lot of easy wave player available for Mentality Monsters with Mamang Daya, with Phoenix, Fire Spirit slow. You know, you're not going to pop the BKB just to get rid of that attack speed slow, so it is a bit of a stalemate, even though Direborn are significantly ahead.
And there's a MKB now on Dreamocell, so which means he has no problem killing the Ranger from level 0. Just need to worry about the Tusk.
Hex up on Juju. They pop his Aeon Disc as the Mortimer start to fly out. Pota 2 will activate the BKB. And he does have that self-magnetize. He barely takes in any damage. And now you have to pop this refresher from Mamang Daya for another round of those Mortimers. That is, if they want to actually take a fight against an Aegis. They might just decide to let it go. Rapido, he jumps right in, finds a 2-man two-stop. They will burst down Mamang Daya, take away his first life, but now they've used the Stampede, they've used nearly everything. Pota 2 will jump right back in, another Magnetize has come out as well, and Dreamocell, he goes to work, takes out Juju, finds the Parexes, pushes the side of Mentality Monsters back to their fountain, and they have found what they came looking for.
Okay, really good fight for Direborn. The fight started with the Timber Saw and Earthspeed jumping in, create some distraction, allowed the Swan to finish the barracks. Even he died once, lost his core strength, but that's enough. They kept the ranks. They even killed the Phoenix 8. Now it's a 5v5, 5v4 situation. Buyback from Phoenix.
Juju has bought back. Dreamcell jump right in, but instantly gets stunned up. Has no BKB. He harpoons away, but is gonna get taken out by CJ. However, they do force him away. The magnetic grip by Pota 2, it was a good attempt, but they won't be able to protect him. Direborn will lose both Womi as well as Dreamcell, down for about 90 whole seconds, and will now be forced to get back. And it doesn't. Okay, both of them do have a buyback available, so it's not the end of the world. But
Yeah.
for Mentality Monsters, I mean that was a very shaky jump by Direborn.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on Dreamcell. I'm not sure why he ran in behind the racks close to the tier 4. I feel like that's a mistake. He put himself in a very awkward position where his team cannot follow up. He also has no BKB, right? And that's why that jump is pretty awkward. He has no potential to go in and out. Even if he kills someone, he won't be able to get out safe. He also needs to respect the buyback potential from Mentality Monster. And I saw Dreamcell he does it a lot. This kind of like mistake during the high ground push, and he needs to be careful because in this carry matchup, by both of the carry, they have the potential to just take them down in the team fight with just one ultimate ability. With the focus fire, Sven can die, and Sven, if he found a good opening, he can also kill the Ranger. So they have to be really careful on how and when they go into the fight. And it's just a game of patience.
Well, we'll see how patient they can actually be, Yuheng. Oh, because they did not act. They had 90 whole seconds to force something from Mentality Monsters, but they don't take anything around the map. They just go back to farm. Farm for what?
Farming is it can look. Oh wait, top. Okay, I don't think they will get the Phoenix. Farming is bad sometimes, but in that situation, I guess it's okay because they also need to wait for the buyback to make sure everyone has the buyback ready in the team fight. Centaur still trying to get his buyback, and then Ranger already 6 slotted. Upgrade some of his item. He has almost 6,000 gold in the bank, and he save up more money. He can get the Divine, which is okay. In that situation, 90 seconds is a lot, but there's also not a lot of things they can do on the map. There's no Roshan. Pushing tower might put themselves in a very awkward position because they're still in a disadvantage for the Dire team. So I guess it's okay. Mid lane, might see a rune fight maybe. 5 seconds to the next power rune.
We are approaching the 50-minute mark. As Mentality Monsters, there's a rune. Pota 2 will roll in, spots out Mamang Daya, whose smoke does break. Oh, break. He goes in with the Walrus Punch. Pota 2, he does have the BKB, will just instantly activate it. Fiend's grip now on CJ. They need to protect their Wind Ranger. Will be able to do so by Rapido's workhorse as a Supernova comes out. And now the Phoenix, he's kind of all alone in the middle of the river here. They might just go in for him. He's going to get pushed back by that boulder smash, and they will be able to take out that Phoenix dead for 120 seconds without a buyback available.
Yeah, that's a dieback on the Phoenix. Now it's a 5v4 situation. It's a big disadvantage for the Dire team. I see the idea. They want to protect the Rangers at all costs. That's why they use the egg to protect the formation, to zone out all the Radiant hero. But Centaur already has the workhorse to do so. And after that, they have to leave the Phoenix behind. And then Pota 2, with the well-timed rolling border, he killed the Phoenix after the egg pop with the chain disable. And now Mentality Monster might need to give the Mega. Might need to deal with the Mega Creep later. Might not be the end of the game, but they're in a huge disadvantage. Oh, good thing is oh, the end.
Dreamcell, he walks on forward. There's the hacks coming out. No CJ, he got bursted down. Does have a buyback, but they found the 2 barracks, or rather just the mid lane barracks. It'll be once again another jump in. CJ will buy back immediately. He's teleporting into a very awkward spot. Will blink back towards Pota 2. Uses that focus fire as Pota 2 won't be able to roll away. Dreamocell is thinking about coming back to help out his team, but will decide against it. He will just use his war cry, but they have lost their Earth Spirit. At the same time, Yuheng, they forced out CJ's buyback.
Yep, that's the solid big win condition now for Direborn. Kill CJ one more. He'll be out for the game for 2 minutes. And then that should be enough to end this game. And CJ, he was trying to push out the bottom lane, but both support of the Direborn, they are catching him at bottom. And somehow with a grip or something, they kill him with only 2 support and force out the buyback. Force him to buy back and then continue the fight in the Dire base. But now, without CJ buyback, they need to really get the Aegis on his hand. Or now he can just all in on the Divine now. Get the Divine and then get the Roshan Aegis. Maybe they still have a chance to win this game. But it's gonna be very, very risky. Because only one death on CJ, this game might be over.
Bomi, who jumps right in. Workhorse is going to come out to save Drake. Dreamocell is stunned up, doesn't have a BKB available, activates his Satanic to try and dish out the damage, but he will just simply die. Pota 2 has also bought back. Dreamocell does have a buyback available. They need to be able to take out CJ somehow, as he is making sure that he is tucked away nicely. Drake with another snowball. They found CJ though. They need to help out their Wind Ranger. CJ stunned up against Womi. Won't be able to survive. Dead for 120. And the rest of Direborn, they'll immediately buy back, at least on the Mirana. Rapido now the next one on that hit list will be taken out. And this game, Yuheng, might just be over.
Yeah, a minute until Sven respawn. He can buy back right now if he wants to. And then just go for the push. There's no buyback or Ranger. 100 seconds is more than enough. But let's see if they want to do that. They can just wait until like Sven respawn and then just go for the push. Or they can just go Roshan right now. There's a lot of option for Direborn. Or they can just keep killing. Juju should be dead here.
He also does not have a buyback. Oh man, 2 heroes dead without a buyback against a Swen, who's gonna respawn in about 30 seconds. He doesn't even need the buyback. He can just wait it out. He can wait until he respawns, teleport towards that outpost, and just end the game.
Yes. Yeah, that should be the safer move if they don't want to rush anything. Because if he somehow died to Snapfire or to the task, that might be a very our situation. You can just wait the Sven and then buy the Pulse of Travel and hit the tier 4 tower. 50 seconds now until Ranger respawn. Should be enough.
You do have the double Mortimers, so maybe that'll be enough. Who really knows? Rapido does have a buyback available too. Will immediately go for it. Now comes out the Mortimers. Pota 2 doesn't have a buyback available. He is in the midst of all of that Hellfire. Will be able to activate his Bloodstone, go on towards Rapido as Vomi is there too. Dreamocell now walks in, activates his God Strength, finds that Storm Hammer, takes apart Drek, who immediately buys back into it, but they've lost their tier 4s. Mamang Daya will have to refresh sooner or later. Now jumps in with the Fire Snap Cookie. They try to take apart Mamang Daya, but he'll be pushed back by Pota 2. Will activate his Satanic, takes apart Mamang Daya, who has also now bought back, but this throne is falling. Drake on his buyback. Needs to be careful, needs to get back to the fountain. Mortimer's once again flying out towards Dreamocell, who won't be able to heal back up. CJ has respawned and now looks towards Pota 2, who doesn't have a buyback available. Bloodstone will be activated. Pota 2 does manage to regenerate a bit of HP, but it turns out not to be enough. Pota 2 will die. Dead for 120, but CJ, he's dead again. They've lost both of their supports too, and for Direborn, they're on the final stretch right now. Dreamocell, all he has to do is buy back into this and just end the game right here. Only Rapido stands between them and their game 1 victory, Yuheng. It doesn't look like Rapido will be able to hold them back.
Yeah, the fight lasts long enough until the Ranger respawned, but now the fight went to the Dire side, and okay, they caught it. It should be the game. Sven bought out. Should be GG now.
Mamang Daya taps out as Pota 2, despite of dying 3 or 4 times, Mamang Daya found solo kills on this Earth Spirit over on the mid lane. 3 times they found him again for a 4th kill.
Yeah.
Despite of that, again, it's the recovery. He ends up with a scoreline of 5, 9, and 20 something. I can't exactly see, but able to make a fantastic recovery. Dreamocell, despite of the first few fights being a bit shaky for him, despite of the awkward blink ins, in the end, I think from what I saw, Direborn took the better fights consistently. They played a divide and conquer by carving through their own path across Mentality Monsters.
Yeah, yes, they are. Also, I want to point out that in the last fight, it's a really good attempt. It's a really good defense coming from Mentality Monster. It looks like almost GG without the Ranger present in the fight, but they still try anyway. I like the sportsmanship, the spirit of never give up. They try to chase down the Sven, and they didn't kill him thanks to the Earth Spirit saving the Sven with the grip, but that buy enough time. That buy enough time for the Ranger to respawn, and they almost have the chance to hold the base, to win that fight, to defend. And if that fight is success for Mentality Monster, we might see another, we might get to cast this game another 10 minutes. But well played by Direborn. Timbers also dishing out full damage in the last fight without getting control, and just too many things for Mentality Monster to take it off in the last fight.
It is a best of 3, though. Mentality Monsters do certainly, have certainly showed us that they can push Direborn to the edge. The first game lasting 56 minutes. Maybe Mentality Monsters will take this to a game number 3. Who really knows? We will find out together as we head to a short break, but we'll be right back with Lunar Horse Trophy right after it. So don't go anywhere and stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the Lunar Horse Trophy as the upper bracket finals continue between Direborn and Mentality Monsters. Direborn, who are one game ahead, will now have Pota 2 on his famed Invoker. Meanwhile, Mentality Monsters will take a page out of Pota 2's playbook and pick up the Earth Spirit for themselves.
Okay, and they also picked the Timbersaw again and the Ranger also on their side, which I can tell that Womi he enjoy playing the Timbersaw a lot based on the last game performance. He don't mind to play the same hero and over again. But it's a pretty early Timbersaw reveal. So far, I can tell it's only good against the Earth Spirit, not so much against the Phoenix or the Keeper of the Light, in my opinion. Even against the Spectre, I feel like Timbersaw also kind of vulnerable to Spectre in the Ultra and mid game because the Desolate for the Spectre innate, it does pure damage, which is very good versus Timbersaw. Even the Timbersaw has high base armor, and Spectre only do light click, but because of the Desolate and the dispersion, some some maybe pure damage reflect to Timbersaw can be very good against a Timbersaw. But in the lane for sure, Timbersaw is gonna have a good time. But in the Ultra and maybe mid game, late game, Timbersaw need to be careful of Spectre because the damage from Desolate is pretty effective against him. Also good against the Winter Wyvern as well with the Haunt.
Spectre is a great hero against the Invoker, right? Because you can build up that Orchid too. You can build up the what is that called? The Bloodthorn as well. But Spectre is also pretty weak against that Timbersaw, Yuheng, and you don't have a defensive support. You have a Phoenix, which the Timbersaw doesn't really care that much about in the early laning phase.
Yeah.
So how exactly is this supposed to be a good game for the Spectre?
I totally agree with you. The lane is just almost unplayable. If they do Phoenix 5 and Spectre carry, the lane will be very hard for Mentality Monster. Unless somehow the Timbersaw and his support mess up the lane, give like 2 kills away to the Spectre, and then maybe we have a different scenario. But for the Spectre, transition in the mid game is very important because he need to get his level 6 as soon as possible so that he could keep loading, keep snowballing, get the earn charge, and then build early Radiance, and then keep farming until the late game. That's the direction for Spectre. To have a good lane is very important. Or maybe just avoid death. Yeah, just avoid death. Try to get 6 ASAP. Even if you don't get a lot of CS or any kill in the lane, that is fine. Just trying to avoid death and then try to get early level 6. And we see some very vulnerable target to the Horn this game. The Winter Wyvern and the Invoker you talk about. And both of these two heroes, they want to play against the target from a distance. They want to keep distance with the target. But Spectre have one of the best gap close ability in Dota 2, which is the Haunt. Just press one button, and all of a sudden he can jump on top of the target with the spell.
Now, you also have a Wind Ranger available for Direborn, and this Wind Ranger, I'm not sure if this should be a Wind Ranger carry because you have the Keeper of the Light, that Solar Bind and the Blinding Light are both pretty good spells against the Wind Ranger, and there's just so much overwhelming magical damage available from Mentality Monsters. Do you think they should stick to this as a carry pick or pick up something like a Life Stealer, which is, to be honest, pretty good, but MM have already banned that out, so you can't actually go for that?
Yeah, Tiny and Life Stealer get banned out. We definitely don't want to see Ranger carry this game. It's not great versus the Spectre for carry to carry matchup. Also, like you mentioned, there's too many spells from the first 3 pick for Mentality Monster, just so good versus the Ranger. So it's better to pick another carry, something that could out carry the Spectre, or at least have a decent lane. They have the last final pick for Direborn, so they can wait until Mentality Monster pick first, and then they can decide what's the best carry here. But so far, assume this is the mid-earth spirit, support keeper, and Phoenix Spectre Spectre carry, and then they need an off-lane hero for Mentality Monster. Maybe Phases Void is not bad. For the team synergy, since they have the damage output already from the Timbersaw and Invoker, and might be a slower tempo game if they pick Phases Void, but the synergy is pretty good with the team. Can be a good setup for the power shot, Sunstrike, for the Timber Saw to do a lot of damage with the Chakram. Also not bad versus all the Dire heroes.
Ooh,
Okay,
Mentality
Primal
Monsters
Beast.
go for the Primal Beast, which should be the off-lane pick here. Uh, Which carry do you think Direborn should opt into?
Besides Phases Void,
10 seconds
I'm
remaining.
thinking Anti-Mage, but it's not very popular in the meta. Also very greedy, right? They have Evoker and Timber Saw already.
Yeah,
So
next
maybe
up
it's
pick up the
better to pick
Anti-Mage yesterday against Team Kicked. Did not do so well. What about something like a right-click based carry like a Drow Ranger or something like that? Or even a Luna, but...
Not. I don't think Drow is good. Oh, they go for the Necrophos.
yeah, that's actually a pretty good pick here. I keep forgetting
Yeah,
about the
that's a-
Necrophos in most drafts, but it's pretty much fantastic when you have these strength-based heroes, a Mentality Monster, the Primal Beast, and the Earth Spirit. Can't exactly have a good time against a Necro.
They have some spell damage, which is okay versus the Necrophos, but the beauty of Necrophos is this hero he has really strong landing present, and then he has unlimited sustain. It just make it very strong in the meta because carry that have very strong sustain in the lane, they don't need to go back base. They could keep farming, and they also will have a healthy status, like good HP and good mana in the lane. So the Necrophos is just a good hero because he also has a very strong ability that could zone out most of the melee hero. Because of the death policy, he not just heal, he also does damage to the heroes when they're approaching to the quick wave, when they're contesting the last hit. So I believe Necrophos is gonna have a good time. Even Dire, the Mentality Monster hero, they have some good spell that could kill the Necrophos. But if Necrophos have a good lane, he get early travel, radiance, consecrated reps, might be hard for Spectre to outcarry the Necrophos. Also Spectre is not good versus Necrophos because the percentage-based damage from the Heartstopper aura is just so good against a tanky hero.
There is no setup for the Sunstrike though, which is the concerning aspect. Like there is very limited control that they have unless the Invoker is present in those fights. Which draft do you think is going to be stronger here, or is stronger?
I like the Radiant draft. They have two of my favorite hero, so it's kind of hard to go against that. But Dire, they have some potential. Like if Earth Spirit have a good start, and if they could keep snowball, with the Earth Spirit and the Primal Beast, they will have a better mid game. And then they also have Spectre, which means they don't mind to get into the late game with the Spectre. So they have the right hero on the Dire side. I'm just not sure if they could make it work, and I was also not sure the landing phase. How good is the landing phase for the Primal Beast versus the Necrophos? But if I want to pick a side, I'll go for Direborn for sure in this game.
Well played.
Juju reason. Actually, I do think at some point it's very playful between both of these two teams. Until it's not, because you are competing for $20,000.
Away the idiot.
I'm guessing you don't understand what they're saying either, Yuhang, because you're from Malaysia. And I'm
only
not from
only at
their
half
region either.
or maybe 40%. Because Indonesian and Malaysian language is slightly different. I don't know why, but some of the words they use is kind of similar. Okay, back to the game.
Keeper of the Light Drake is looking to plant down an observer ward, and he does manage to find that plant. It is nighttime, so they don't actually see him, but he's sticking around in the middle of that lane, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, maybe went to take his coffee
seconds.
after placing the
Maybe.
ward.
Like he's literally not moving.
Yeah.
He's, like right there, but no one's gonna see him. No one's gonna spot him out. And the Primal Beast Rapido is also gonna join him. I wonder if Rapido will also just stop. He does. He does. He just stops right there. Okay, no, Rapido is at least at the very least moving, and now Drake finally moves.
Okay.
He missed Rapido. Is the thing.
They can try to go for the
The battle
the damage on the first wave. If both heroes throw spell on the first wave, maybe they can kill it. Oh, but Drake is dying here. Should be dead.
I think he's just pretty much dead. Primo Cell will end up with that kill, so you don't want to give a head start to the Necrophos, but it's too late for that. He already has that head start.
Yeah, I also like how he put the Fluffy head in the quick buy. He already purchased one, and he's about to get another one, which is very good because it's gonna stop the Primaris and Keep Off Light to solo kill or to kill Necrophos once they hit level 3 on Primaris because he has the extra HP, which means he's able to survive the full duration of Trample. Yeah, that's a pretty good itemization from Dreamercell already.
Let's take a look
Top
at this
lane.
lane over here, or rather the top lane. Anything you want, you will receive, at least from me. CJ and Juju, Spectre and the Phoenix versus the Timber and the Wind Ranger. Now again, the Wind Ranger is pretty good at trades. Juju can only rely on the magical damage because DB has the Wind Run. But
Yeah.
when do you think the Timber Saw is going to start playing aggressive against CJ? Is it at the level 3 mark?
I'm not sure if Timbersaw can play aggressive here in this lane. Not before level 6. At level 6, surely he has a very strong power spike that you could just go ham on Spectre. But for now, Timbersaw actually not very strong in the landing phase. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why Timbersaw don't have very good win rate right now. He's good only on the good players. Only on those like Grandmaster tier or Master tier players. But other player, when they play Timbersaw, this hero is not that good. Because the hero is not very strong in the landing phase. Because of the nerf or over the patches, from the patches, over and patches, the hero just got nerfed too many times, the numbers is not great. And maybe just play for the farm, trade farm with the Spectre, maybe put some point on the reactive armor and out sustain the Spectre a little bit. And Phoenix and Ranger, both of them doing a great job keeping the support or the heroes busy, and both of them just trade well. For this lane, just a very boring standard lane. Just play for the CS. For the kill, I guess we might see a kill in the bottom. Level 3 Trample, level 3 Primaris with 2 points on the Trample. Maybe they could go for the Winter Wyvern kill. Yeah, I need one more levels.
They will suffer some right-click damage though, as again a bit of a passive laning phase, but the lost hits they are going in favor of Mamang Daya. 17 lost hits versus the 12 of Pota 2.
Wow.
But everyone else is pretty much even in terms of lost hits. Why does Mamang Daya have way more lost hits than Pota 2? I don't. Pro 2 had a very awkward start in the last game too.
Yeah. First, is the melee versus range matchup. The melee hero will always have a better time in terms of last hitting, also better attack animation. Plus, Earthspirit has really good light click damage. 65 plus 16. The extra 16 comes from the stone random. The more random he has, he's gonna get more bonus damage. And for Evoker, he only has 65 plus maybe 2 or 40, which is not bad, but Earthspirit has better attack animation, also a higher base damage overall, which means he's gonna get more CS and more denies in the lane. He also have the nuke damage from the Q and E, which is gonna help him to get any last hit he wants. For Evoker, he don't have a good solid nuke damage, which means he might lose in terms of last hit and trading a little bit. But so far, as this lane get longer, Potato should be better.
Now, it is a bit risky for Mamang Daya to roll in. I think, unlike the previous game where he was playing aggressive into the Earth Spirit, this is one of those games where if you try to roll in towards Pota 2, you can also get hit by the Chaos Meteor combo.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, Mama Daya doing a great job using the Q and E to nuke the Force Spirit. And the Force Spirit is a tool for Evoker to out-CS the mid laner to get the denies to win the battle trade. But you can see Mama Daya using his another Q and E. Just 2 spell is enough to kill the Force Spirit. And also the Silent the E silence, stopping Invoker from resummon the Force Spirit, which means he cannot avoid the Force Spirit gut kill. He cannot resummon. Yeah, he silenced the Force Spirit. Oh.
A lot of damage being applied on CJ as well as Juju. Now, they haven't been able to disable CJ from farming, but you kind of have to be careful. The rotation potential is a bit missing, but the Zone Direborn is still here. Deco hoping for a kill on the Spectre, but Womi chained away to the Phoenix. That was very surprising. Power Shot is going to take that Phoenix out, and now it is going to be CJ isolated, stuck against a 3. Womi will just chain him away. It is 2 kills now, and ironically, the start that Mentality Monsters had, it's now Direborn who had the exact same start.
Yeah, 3-0 on their team on their side. Great rotation from Dixon, from the Lunar Wyvern during the first or second night time to the Twin Gate. And with just one extra slow from the Arctic Bird and some damage is enough to kill both of them. They are already very low.
Mid lane in a bit of trouble. It's 1v3, but what to do? He might just find a kill over here. He does before he goes down. Deco will also find the trade on Drake. The power shot, in fact, coming in from DB will be the end of the Keeper of the Light. And Pota 2, 1v3 or 3v1?
Yeah, no problem. For Pota 2, he does what he can before he dies. He just throw all his spell and kill the Earth Spirit first. That's a good trade already. That's gonna allow him to get level 6 first. He almost close to level 7 on Pota 2 because of that kills he get on the Earth Spirit. That was a beautiful spell casting from Pota 2.
It's just, quite frankly, a bit of an outclass, I would say. And Pota 2 has been playing the Invoker quite a bit. You know, previously in previous tournaments or at Grand Station, we saw Young PH prioritize the Invoker quite a lot. He isn't here with us in this tournament, but Pota 2 has showed us what his Invoker is made of in this current season. Bamangdaya tried to come in for the Shrine of Wisdom, but he loses like 60% of his HP by just one Whirling Death, and they'll just back away from this Shrine of Wisdom. In fact, Yuheng, it will be Direborn who will secure both Shrines of Wisdom.
Wow, that's a big win for Direborn. Good try from Mandaya. He knows that he needs to make a move. He cannot just play the lane normally, because Earthspirit is a hero that really good at rotation. But unfortunately, he's not that strong enough. He also don't have the power run from 6 minutes just now to help him to win the 7-minute Shrine fight. And this lane can be very hard. I mean, this early landing phase already hard for the Dire side, and now they lost both the Wisdom, which means the support they're in a tough position. But we might see a kill.
Drake, nowhere to go. Reaper Scythe is going to be planted down, chopping off the head of the Keeper of the Light and his little horse. This is looking a bit dangerous, because you take a look at Dreamocell's lost hits, Yuheng 74 at the 8-minute mark. And he also has the first blood. He also has another kill, a Reaper Scythe kill. This is Mentality Monsters kind of grumbling against Direborn here.
Yeah, he has a dream start, and it's gonna get a maybe 40-minute Radiance because he bought the Boost of Travel first. Unless he gets some kills, he might maybe get an earlier Radiance timing, and slowly but surely, this Necrophos is gonna get out of control.
He's already nearly 2,000 net worth ahead of that of the Spectre. It is looking awkward. CJ will come in towards that bot lane. Spectral Dagger planted down on Deco, who uses the Cold Embrace just to buy enough time that Dreamocell can make it out. They are chasing in after Dreamocell. He'll turn it around with the Shroud. Polarize will come out, but Womi is right here with the Chakram. Does not try to help out Dreamocell, as it will be a kill on the Necro. But Womi, the tree got chopped off by that trample, so Womi wasn't able to secure the kill on the Primal Beast. Instead, Womi might just end up dead here. Urn is planted down, and CJ, despite of playing a Spectre, will show what he's made of and will end up with a triple kill.
Okay, that's one way to back to the game. I didn't expect CJ is going to take the Twin Gate, rotate to bottom. They bring 5 heroes there, even with the counter rotation from the Timbersaw, but it's not enough to outfight the 5 heroes. And also, they have really strong abilities on the Dire hero, and they're able to do this. Oh, but Riverside will be up again. They might be able to get another kill bottom.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed. Drake to get hit by the Scythe once more. Actually, no, they won't Scythe him down. Dreamocell holds on to his Reaper. I suppose
Okay,
perhaps
that's fine.
they want to be able to push that tier 1 tower, and just a threat of that Reaper's Sight is going to enable them to do that, as multiple
Mid lane.
heroes teleport towards that mid lane. Put a 2 in a bit of trouble, but Mamang Daya, he will back away. Juju not coming in with the dive, and Rapido is here, eyeing down that Invoker, but I kind of think they're wasting time right now, because this
trying
Observer
to-
spotted out Rapido.
Yeah, they're trying to fight for the power rune, but bringing the Rupito in, which means they are one less core farming on the map. But I can tell why, because he has no way to go. He can't reach jungle. He can, but it's not as good as most of the heroes. He needs to use his trample, which is a pretty long cooldown ability for farming, and he also can't relate against Necroforce because he still has the Reaper side, which means if Heavenly's drop lower than 50% health, one Reaper and one Death Pulse, you should be dead. Yeah, you get to push this wave a little bit close to this tier 1, but he can't replay the lane against Necroforce.
Top side, Momi will chain away.
Oh, Spectre.
You have the Winter Wyvern here again. Chakram, I mean, CJ is not having a great time. He got a triple kill, which propels him, gives him about 1,000 gold. But outside of that, it's difficult for him to play in the lane itself. He's just forced a jungle right now.
Yeah, they can't play the lane. Mid lane getting pressure by this catapult away from Evoker. And bottom lane, Necroforce can just solo the lane. And top lane also a lot of pressure. Like basically all three lanes are done already for Mentality Monster. Maybe they can make another move with the next Spectre Haunt. And Pravis need to get his TP ready to somewhere else. But unfortunately, the mid tower will be going down right now. Still 30 seconds to the next Haunt. Which means they are not fighting this mid tier 1.
They were also having their towers pressured, Yuhang. Right, that bot lane tower.
Yeah.
Okay, the bot lane tower actually has more HP than I initially thought, but the mid lane tower is probably going to go down here, despite of no Meteor Hammer being available for Pota 2. Top lane tower also being pressured because CJ can't exactly play in the lane. All the meanwhile, their own tier 1 tower, surprisingly.
Now it's buy time. I just didn't expect they will buy time by pausing the game. That's not gonna help Spectre progress.
It's definitely not. The bot lane tower surprisingly has very little HP, perhaps because of the 5-man rotation they brought in.
Oh, yeah.
Mid lane tower, top lane tower, all pretty healthy. In fact, that top lane tower, I can't exactly click it. Okay, now I can.
1768. 1768 HP.
Yeah,
Still
32
pretty
HP
healthy.
missing from
Yeah.
the tower, so it's basically like one right click. Not sure. The Spectre could technically carry this game. No, it's not as if he has a delayed radiance. Despite of him not being able to play the lane, that triple kill, everything going their way, or at least going CJ's way, is going to enable maybe a 13 to 14 minute radiance. The question is, what do you build after that? Is it just a standard Manta style nullifier? Or do you go for a Bloodthorn, or maybe even an Orchid? Because that would enable you to take apart anyone you find with the Haunt, including Pota 2 or even the Necrophos.
Manta Style should be the best and stable item because it not just helps him to farm with the Radiance, it also helps him to dish out a lot of damage. Because all the illusion from Spectre, it can benefit from the Desolate. With every illusion like click is gonna do some extra pure damage from the Desolate. But if you want to go for the Orchid, you also need to see or depend on the Direborn heroes. Hopefully they don't have any Dispel or any BKB Illustrator Lotus off by that time. But even he does have the Orchid earlier, faster than the Lotus timing. He won't be able to utilize it as much because surely by the time he has Orchid, like the Radiant hero already built up some Dispel item already. And also it's not easy to make it work every time. Maybe a few times only for the Orchid, early Orchid. So it's always better to go for the Manta style. Helps you to farm, helps you to do some solid damage output with the Horn through the illusion. And after Orchid, maybe you can reconsider getting the Orchid. After Manta Sound, maybe you can reconsider getting the Orchid after that.
But do you think the Manta actually helps you this game? Like, I know it's the bread and butter of most carry heroes, especially the heroes like the Spectre. But I don't see those illusions surviving for too long. I don't see the dispel being a valuable item. Like what exactly are you dispelling away outside of the one maybe gold snap?
Yeah, dispelling maybe is not the main reason why he built the Manta now. It's like a bonus, but helping to farm, helping to do a lot of damage. After you get on top of the target with the horn, the Manta actually is really useful. Like every right click from the illusion, it does like maybe up to 50 or 40 something pure damage. That's a lot. Like pure damage is pretty high value in Dota 2, and every illusion is also will hit faster for all the stat Spectre get. It's just a must item, I feel, for Spectre.
Mamang Daya does have the Spirit Vessel, Yuhang, so this is probably the
Oh.
time to make some plays. You can take
Yeah.
out Cremocell very easily with that Vessel burn, but right now, I mean, Mamang Daya, he's just farming away. I do wonder if you made a Boots of Travel and you're still sticking around in the lane, was it worth it? Because he could have had the Radiance by now. And he would have had more net worth, maybe 400 or 500 more net worth had he gone for the earlier Radiance.
We'll talk about that later. And Mamandaya and Keep of the Light is trying to make a gang with this first Spiressa reveal. Unfortunately, looks like Dixon is gonna be the victim here.
Yeah, the Cold Embrace is not going to help him. In fact, he can't even use the Cold Embrace. Drake will find the kill with the Illuminate. Unfortunate, because I would imagine giving the kill to Mamang Daya, such an easy kill, would be much more worth it, right? 74 gold from Mamang Daya while he's not farming is kind of very low.
Yeah, but that's okay. As long as they get a kill, keeping
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Direborn Hero busy on the mat, just trying to apply some pressure. They might get another one here on the Wind Ranger. Nice
Yeah,
stun.
won't be able to teleport away. Mamang Daya this time will be able to grab that kill. 265 gold in his pockets. Both supports having been taken out. Direborn, their two cores, apart from Dreamocell, are not having that good of a time. Right? Rapido,
Yeah.
unlike the, or rather,
bottom.
Romy, unlike the previous game. Bottom lane. It seems to be a trample play. The tower should die over him. Mamang Daya, though, right beneath Dixon, Deco will die. And they also find a tier 1 tower. The lead for the first time will go in the way of Mentality Monsters. Direborn are playing it a lot more passive than I expect them to.
Yeah. Back to the question you mentioned just now, that's a really great question. For all the Necrophos player, I think they should ask themselves, should I go for the travel? Or just save up the money to buy a second relic? Or even the evasion of the evasion talisman. I personally prefer the boost of travel, because we can get involved in some of the fights, and movement speed is also one of the best stats for Necrophos that helps him to get from
Top side.
camp to camp.
Womi
hot.
is not going to be
Nice.
able to teleport away. He is just going to get sniped out. Mentality Monsters ready across the board to respond to anything. But coming back to your point, Yuhang, I get that you want to, be ready for a play, but if you're not making those plays, then is the Boots of Travel worth it? Right? Because Dreamocell, he's not left this bottom lane.
Yeah, but having the capability to travel, to join fight is really important in high level Dota right now, because by being present, being able present in the team fight actually helps him a lot. Also, the movement speed, it is maybe it's not worth it to some of the players, but hero like Necrophos, all he needs is just movement speed. He already have the potential to just kill wave from wave to wave without causing him any like mana, because he just regen back with his innate. So all he needs just the mobility to move around, to just farm. Might not be as good. Maybe people think that it's gonna delay the Radiance timing, but actually it's not. Maybe it delayed only at 2 or 3 minutes. In most of the situation, if he didn't get killed. But here he has a 50-minute power trade, boost of travel and Radiance timing. That's actually really good. Having boost of travel first, sometimes actually get a better Radiance timing. Also like higher net worth overall.
CJ also has his Radiance now, so it's expected that the Spectre where you can't... Oh, I'll have to hold that thought, put it too. He'll be able to land that Chaos Meteor combo. Power Shot, though, is going to miss, and that might mean CJ lives here. Focus Fire will take him out. In fact, Pota 2's overtime damage is the one that takes him out, and Pota 2 will just teleport right from underneath Mamang Daya, leaving DB to his fate, but a very worth it exchange overall.
Rubito is looking at the Winter Wyvern here at bottom, yeah. But there's a really good observer on that cliff that will protect Dixon. And that's a good exchange. Ranger for the Spectre, very good kill from very good rotation also from the Invoker. Now this is the time for Polar 2 to shine. Past minute 15 with Boost of Travel and Meteor Hammer. And now he didn't get a shot. After the shot, the Ghost Walk does a lot of damage by walking around. And then he also can just look for some kills on the map. So now finally they have something to answer to the Earth Spirit because Invoker can make some movement or rotation now on the map. Timbersaw also has some decent item. Might need to get a Dispel or something like Lotus can be nice. Dispel the Spirit Vessel or reflect some of the big ability like Pulverize. And Necrophor also going for the Shut first, which is pretty good. That's gonna give me some extra mobility, some burst potential. Add in some extra damage to help him to nuke someone down with the Reaper.
The stronger the buffer on that front line, I would imagine, you know, with Dreamersaw being able to Death Seeker in, with that Timbersaw being able to chain in, the stronger the buffer, the more that Pota 2 can actually do in those team fights with the Invoker's host of his abilities. He's going for the shard right now, should enable his farm. They haven't actually gone for Rapido, but Rapido doesn't have... I think it's his BKB flying in. Yeah, so now he can get that guaranteed Pulverize off. Or actually, no, it's not a guaranteed Pulverize because you have that Winter's Curse.
Yeah, Winter Curse should be always should be the answer to the curse. That's the reliable way to stop the... Oh, speaking of Winter Wyvern, he's gonna get gone here.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much just dead here. No one's going to help him out. Mamang Daya, though, does get slowed down, but no one's going to counter-initiate. I'm very surprised that Mamang Daya is able to dive that deep, and no one is there to punish him.
Yeah, playing it away, good shackle, but not DB.
Pota 2, he does use that Cold Snap holding back Rapido, but they haven't been able to force out his BKB. Power Shot going to miss, and Tornado is also going to not catch much. Apart from the Phoenix, Juju doesn't get hit by the Sunstrike, just dives away. So Direborn do bring their heroes in, but they fail to actually catch much.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why they're not trying to save the Winter Wyvern, unless he managed to get the curse out before he died, or set up for the team to come over. Because playing reactive is not the best way to play Dota 2. Unless that's the Necrophos getting gone on in the mid lane, and he could survive for a bit longer. Maybe that's a different case, but for Winter Wyvern, a post 5, die in that situation, and react TP for him, maybe it's not worth it sometime. It might be better for the rest of the hero just get farm on the map. Bottom.
CJ is going to haunt in. Both supports going to get taken out. Dreamosel will just back away, but in fact is going to get chased here. Mamang Daya with the Arcane Rune will miss the Boulder Smash. Dreamosel manages to dodge it out. CJ needs to be careful because there is that potential of a Reaper Scythe. As Pota 2, he is trying to get back, will have to use that Ghost Wall. Mamang Daya is now inside of the base. They're at the tier 3s. Will find the Pulverize, but Dreamosel is able to survive. Will just launch our Reaper Sight, taking out Rapido. Illuminate has not taken him out, but Mamang Daya will roll in. Sunstrike once again not going to land. Mamang Daya should be able to make his way out, but against the Cold Snap is very difficult. He will be punished as CJ also died to Vomi. 3 core kills, Yuheng. And a very unnecessary dive.
Yeah, they are a bit overcommit in that fight. So overall, it's a 1 carry, 2 support from Direborn, exchange for 3 core. They know that they are stronger on the Dire side with the BKB of Primal Beast, but they are fighting under the tier 3 tower. Also, I think they also use the Fortify on Direborn. With the tower multi-shot, it does some of the extra damage. I'm not so sure, but I guess that's a case. And also Necrophos is so close from survive. But Earthspirit roll back in, get the last hit, but he also cannot survive because of the cold snap. He couldn't roll away overall. So better trade for Direborn for sure. And as the game go longer, when Timbersaw has some extra item, now he has the Lotus, which means it's gonna be easier for Direborn to take the fight now. with the Lotus, if he time it not right, he can punish the Earth Spirit, punish the Prima Beast with a good reflect to the Pulverize. And then of
And
course,
you can
I would like
effectively
to
just dispel
yeah.
away the Vessel plus the Magnetize, right? Both of
Yeah.
the two strongest sources of damage coming in from this Earth Spirit.
Yes. Yeah. I also like to see Jimosal get an early dispel now. But he went for the consecrated reps, which is one of the best items for tanker in the meta. But Manta Style is fine too.
There is a BKB up for Pota 2 though, as he will prevent the teleport away. DB in a very awkward position, not too sure what he was doing there. Drake is not going to go down. No Sunstrike came in from Pota 2 at the end of the Winter's Curse duration, but Vomi does come in. However, Rapido, he comes in with the Onslaught. They will find the Pulverize. They will punish Vomi, as even the Winter Wyvern is going to get stuck inside of his own embrace. CJ will find a double kill, and Direborn, they had the advantage. All they really had to do was not bungle it like the way they did.
Yeah. Once again, a same mistake that step into the kill zone without bringing the whole squad here. They're not prepared for the fight. Timbersaw went in, he thought that he could kill the Keeper of Light and get out safe, but unfortunately, he got stunned and didn't use his Lotus up in time to reflect the Polarize. He also got himself killed in that situation. A bit overplay from Direborn. That death can be avoided, but it's not very significant. Maybe it's just gonna give some time for the Spectre to farm more item, but they definitely need to be careful next time, not to give any unnecessary kills away.
Timber saw Vomi on that top side. I mean, it's kind of a position where you are starting to fall behind, even though the net worth is in their advantage, right? Even though the top, if you take a look at the top 5, 3 of Direborn's heroes are right up there. I think the impact is not really being seen because Vomi can't exactly stand his ground against that Pulverize, just gets immediately smashed down. And now the Tormentor goes the way of Juju. He now has that Sunbeam through his egg.
Oh, that's a pretty big shot. Pretty good shot for Juju. It's a very important shot for the Phoenix, which means he might get to use Sun Ray twice in the fight. One before the egg. Oh wait, for Rise on the Ring Ranger. That should be a free kill.
That is pretty much a freebie. DB has not had a good game. Has the Blink Dagger, but he hasn't been able to create any kind of setups because Dreamosol, he is very happy just farming away. Almost has the Manta style. Is that when he looks for a fight, or is it the heart of the Rask? And I think Quinn talked about this. He was like, you know, in a game of Dota, you're always going to be close to your next item. You know, at some point, you're going to have to muster up the courage to take a fight with the items that you do have.
Yeah, that's right. And here, after the Ranger kill, they go for a smoke. Something that I forgot to mention about the Spectre Manta style, it also helps him to take objective faster. The Tormentor, the Roshan with... Oh wait, Lotus? Oh, late.
Yeah, the Pulverize is there. Vomi, unfortunately, won't be able to make it out. Even if he brings Juju down low, there's still that egg, that Supernova that can come out. So, it's now a... I don't know if it's a convincing lead, because this net worth difference between Dreamosol and the Spectre is pretty massive. And in fact, they've caught that Spectre. Winter's Curse has been planted down. Meteor Hammer is not going to land. Pota 2 is in fact going to miss everything. Activate the BKB, trying to get away. No Pulverize available for about 9 seconds. Dreamosol will use the Reaper Scythe to take out Juju, and they have to get back on Mentality Monsters. Dreamosol this time around coming in to aid his Invoker as Mamang Daya rolls in towards Dreamosol. I'm not too sure about that. Activates his BKB. Mamang Daya, though, feels pretty much okay here. They're waiting out the BKB duration. Backline attempt on Drake. Rapido goes in with the onslaught, but immediately cancelled out by that cold snap. And now they might just die. A two-man tornado coming in by Pota 2 at the back of the Tumbler's toy. Mamang Daya, he is very low, does manage to find the Winter Wyvern, but won't be able to roll away.
Well played by Direborn. They found the opening to go back in for the second round of the fight, and they kite the BKBs, the Earth 3 BKB, the Primaris BKB. They kite that duration, the whole duration. They were not able to do anything with the BKB, and Pota 2 just looking around at the backline, at the side, waiting for the BKB to wear off, and then he went back in with a perfect chain disable. They get the kill on the two core heroes. That's a pretty good fight for the Dire side. I mean, for Direborn. But
And CJ,
the bet.
I'm using. I don't know why he thought that he could haunt to the Winter Wyvern and take him out. Like,
Oh, he was getting gone on by the Invoker just now. And he got Cold Snap, he got Ice Wall. He's trying to like jump to the other side so he don't get killed by, he don't eat a full combo from the Invoker. That's why he used the Horn earlier to jump to the Winter Wyvern. But Wyvern turned and used the Curse to hold Spectre back. And that's how the fight started.
they do have the Will-O-Wisp though. Drake doesn't have any items but the Will-O-Wisp. I mean, has the Holy Locket, but this is a big purchase against a team that doesn't have the BKBs apart from, just Spota 2 right now.
Yeah, I really like this early BKB on Invoker. Because it's just one of the best items in the mid game that helps him to win fight, to not die in the fight. I wanted to point out that Direborn hero, their lineup, they have problem taking down objective, taking down Roshan. Yeah, they have one of the like strong best hero in the meta, which is the Necroforce carry. But this hero, he's really strong in the lane, very good in the fight because he survived for so long. It does a lot of damage by just staying alive. But in terms of objective taking, he's very slow. Might see a fight here in the middle. Let's see.
Direborn do come in. DB activates the wind run, but it hasn't really gone in. I do suspect they've seen the Aghanim Scepter on Drake.
Oh.
Tornado is going to land on Mamangdaya. Shackle Shot is going to miss. I didn't know the Rolling Boulder actually disables that Shackle Shot or dislodges it.
I remember there's a patch when Earth Spirit is OP. He's invincible during his Rolling Thunder, but the invincible duration is a bit shorter now. The invincible only happen up during his loading, not his casting. But I guess dodging the Shackle Shot projectile is still worth.
Radiant are scanning.
Looks like both teams they are looking at the bottom pit Roshan right now. Spectre Horn is ready, which means both teams they are looking to take a fight. I like this movement coming from the Radiant team. Oh, good jump away with the Horn.
Yeah, in fact, it's going to be DB once again getting caught. Will get onslaughted, and Rapido should be able to find the skill pretty easily. And with the skill, maybe they approach that Roshan's pit, while the rest of Direborn, they're very far away.
Yeah, that's a really good Horn. Not just he avoid that gang, he also killed a Green Ranger. Now they create a 4v5 situation. Direborn could still fight this one, but it's gonna be harder for sure. Invoker.
Pulverize comes out, but the Winter Scourge is gonna hold the Rapido back. Will-O-Wisp hasn't got it down. Chaos Meteor, everything sent out by Pota 2. It hasn't done enough damage though. Dreamo Cell wants to really blunt down that Reaper Scythe on Rapido or even Juju, but he won't be able to. At the same time, DB will buy back, so it is back to a 5v5. And Roshan feels a bit of case of FOMO. He will exit the pit, but I don't know which side actually comes out ahead. I think it's pretty much a stalemate here, but there's no ultimates available. No Magnetize, no Haunt, no Pulverize.
They only use the BKB on the Prima base. The Horn they used it earlier to kill DB. So why if he counts the BKB on the ultimate ability, Dire they are lesser spell now. Lesser BKB, and for the last fight, only Invoker used the BKB in that fight, which is okay. Ranger buyback doesn't mean much right now, but stopping Mentality Monster from taking the Roshan is really important. And for Necroforce, he just compete his Heart of Terras. That's a big item in teamfight. So now they have a really solid frontliner that could tank through all the spell, bait out the Polarize, allow the Winter Wyvern to cast his spell at the back line. And I wonder how they're gonna utilize this Heart of Terras power spike from Dreamer Cell to get some advantage. Roshan is gonna switch to the other side. Maybe they can make a smoke play to kill the Spectre and then go for the Roshan afterward. But they're also just happy to just trade farm. It looks for the situation right now.
They are waiting. Oh, Tornado will actually find the Keeper of the Light. But Mamangdaya is there as well, and Drake, he's actually just going to get pushed around. Mamangdaya will get back.
From the Earth Spirit.
Do you think they can go Roshan on Direborn side, but they're actually not going for it. They're on the hunt right now.
It's pretty risky to go Roshan when there's a Haunt ready, because the Spectre is gonna always jump in, and then the formation will get messed up by the Haunt, and then everyone just running away from the Roshan pit, and then the agents might get stolen by the Earth Spirit or the Spectre. So it's always better for Direborn to win a fight first before they hit Roshan. They also have a very slow Roshan killing hero.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Get tier 2
Dreamosel,
top.
he's queued up the additional boots of travel.
Our
Now, I would imagine that an Aghanim Scepter or even a Shiva's Guard would be pretty effective, but Roshan is dropping low. He's already at about half of its HP, and Mentality Monsters, they're not in position. The Primal Beast Rapido is not there. He does have a TP,
Yeah,
but he needs to actually show up quicker because Roshan has almost dead. The Aegis has hit the deck nearly and should fall down. What to do? Hamangdaya, he jumps in, but the Dreamosel has already picked up that Aegis. Will-O-Wisp should be taken out right now with a Sunray, or rather, the egg is good. DB has gone down. Deco hits the deck as well. Vomi tries to take out CJ as the Sunstrike will take out that Spectre. Dreamosel will readjust but might actually lose his entire team. It's now just up to Pota 2 and Dreamosel to get something done. Pota 2 teleports back to the fountain, and now Dreamosel, he will walk away.
Okay. The fight could be a lot better. For Mentality Monster, if they went in a bit earlier, before Roshan goes down, they might be able to steal the Roshan kill at the Aegis if they go in a bit earlier. I think they should know when the Roshan switch to the top side, they should prepare for this fight. But that's still okay, right? They actually get some good kills. They get 3 kills, almost kill the Evoker as well. But I also like how they approach the fight. They went into the Roshan fight and they instantly go to the back line, go for the Winter Wyvern, ignore the tanker at the front line, which is the Necroforce, and then kill the weaker hero first. Yeah, Spectre did die at the end, but still a good exchange for 1 for 3. Now they have the Aegis on Necroforce and Boost of Travel 2. I wanted to see him to get some damage item. Even the Shiva Guard is fine to slow some heroes so he could burn the hero down with the Heartstopper Aura and do more damage. They're trying to play a bit more aggressive now. They know the Spectre Horn is on cooldown for a small window. They might need to group out a little bit and then let Necroforce travel in after to join the fight, so he could use the Reaper to get some kills.
Yeah, he has a second life, right? So I would imagine Dreamosel isn't going to be too afraid of whatever Mentality Monsters throw at him. And ideally, it should be Vomi who jumps his Timber Chains in, because as soon as CJ hits this Eye of Scotty timing, that's going to be pretty massive against that Heart of Duras, pretty massive against the healing that they possess on Direborn.
He hits pretty hard already with just this item. He also has the Orchid, which means if Dreamosel uses Mental Style too early, he might die to the Spectre Orchid Silent and the Mental Style damage. So Dreamosel needs to be careful, even he has so much HP right now. After the Skadi complete, and with a well-timed Orchid Silent and Meta Style, he can actually still kill the Necroforce.
Meanwhile, they have lost their tier 2 tower, and they chose not to fight on Mentality Monster despite of having this amplified damage rune. So if they're not going to fight with that, they're definitely not going to defend their lost tier 2 tower, which is slowly but surely falling down.
Yeah. Bottom tower getting pressure. They're trying to utilize this Aegis. And only less than 2 minutes left. Going high ground here is still very risky. They also have no good tower damage. It's gonna be very slow. Not sure what's the game plan now for Direborn. Maybe they need one more item on Timber's Soul, or maybe one more item on the Evoker, which is the Shiva on Timber, the Octarine on Evoker. They can try to sweep the map with the Evoker Ghost Sword running around on this side lane looking for kills.
Yeah, because as soon as he finds someone, right, you have the level 2 boost of travel. So the Necro will join you, Reaper Sight. Oh, trying to Wisdom. There's the Reaper Sight. Juju will get taken out, down for about 70 whole seconds. Does not have a buyback available for the 80 gold, and perhaps that's their opening. They still have an entire minute on that Aegis. So maybe just not go for the full barracks, but at least siege a little bit.
Mentality Monster, they have the best high ground defense. With the Keeper of the Light, just one blast from the Illuminate might be able to take down the whole wave. Yeah, follow with the Binding Light, the whole wave is already gone. It's gonna slow down the push a little bit. But Necroforce really wants to use his Aegis to get some damage done on the tier 3 towers.
Photo 2, he jumps in, will push back.
Initiation.
Dream Assault. Still has that full minute on that Aegis, or around at 30 seconds, but if they can push him all the way into their fountain, that's one way to take him down. Dream Assault. Haunt will also come in. CJ executes on that backline, disarmed by the deafening blast though, and needs to find some protection. Shaco shot in by DB. He is defenseless right now. The rest of Mentality Monsters can't help him out, and they will lose their carry.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, I didn't expect Spectre would die this way. He jumped to the right target, but a beautiful Shackle shot.
He doesn't have a buyback,
DB.
Yuheng.
Yeah, no buyout.
He
also
bought a
shot
Talisman of Evasion. That's his buyback. Rapido will jump in with the BKB, may be able to take out DB. Dreamosel, though, he can hold his position. Egg has come out once more. That Egg is in a great spot, and it will push back at Direborn. They'll have to get back. Have lost both of their supports, but the Winter Wyvern will buy back. They realize there's no buyback on that Spectre, and Mamang Daya will die as well. Tornado has clipped that Keeper of the Light. That high ground defense that was supposed to be impenetrable will be taken out by that Reaper Scythe. Drake will buy back immediately. But I think if you're Mentality Monsters, you have to cut your losses and accept the fact that your barracks have to be forfeited.
Yeah, I guess that's the smarter option now. They went in after the Spectre death, and there's a big disconnection just now after Spectre went in. His teammate couldn't follow up, and the Shackle shot from the Ranger just surprised the Spectre and killed the Evoker also just nice nearby. Drop the Meteor, catch the Meteor to burst him down. Speaking of Evoker, it's gonna get going on here.
Ooh. I'm not too sure about that play
close.
from Rapido. Spectre is going to come back in about 5 seconds, but they may not have their Primal
BKB.
Beast. He's gone down. Juju is dead as well, as the Will-O-Wisp should surely be taken out right now, and Mentality Monsters, where they were only supposed to lose one lane of barracks, have given Direborn the appetite to perhaps go for more.
Yeah, Prime Beast dying there in that fight. It's gonna cost them to lose another Rex. Spectre just respawned, but they're going in one after one by one, not with the whole squad. That's not the way to fight, to take the team fight, to hold the high ground. Oh no.
Drake. Now the one in trouble. There is no Phoenix Egg. There is no Supernova. You do have Mamang Daya who will respawn. He is teleporting towards that front line. Will attempt to roll right in. It's a good Will-O-Wisp once more, as Rapido will also buy back, but the BKB activated by Dreamosel as he looks to step back away from this fight. It's Pota 2 who will also activate his BKB as Rapido swings in with the onslaught, and Pota 2 is falling very low, will lose his life, including the life of perhaps even Womi as he gets stuck, hit by the smash. They will also take out Deco, so they do punish Direborn, at least with these 3 kills, but they suffer a very critical blow on their high ground. They lost their one lane of barracks and their tier 3 tower on that mid side.
Yeah, they also spent
Dire's bottom
3 buybacks.
are under attack.
3 buybacks in total. Prime Beast, Keeper of the Light, and the Phoenix. So the off lane and full support, they use their buyback to hold this bottom and the mid high ground. They also lost like only half Rex. That's okay, bottom, but still there's a huge net worth disadvantage now on the team. So Mentality Monster, they have to be careful. Any of the hero that have no buyback die in the next fight might just cause them to lose the game. Or any time right now, if they die before the fight started, might just cost them the game. Roshan, oh, I think there's a 2 or 3 second spawn time. I saw the yellow circle on the Roshan icon. It only lasts for 2 or 3 seconds. I wonder if they want to kill a Roshan right now before the Timbersaw or Evoker respawn. Spectre can do so. He has the meta style, it's level 23. He hit really hard. 81, desolate pure damage. If they can see Roshan is up right now, they should go for it. By switching to the other side.
Yeah, he's gonna make his way towards that top lane. Perhaps the reason why the Spectre did not go for him, and now
Yeah.
Direborn have respawned. It's gonna be a difficult Roche fight because you're playing into an Invoker and you're playing without buybacks available. So your supports, should they die, they can't come back.
Yeah, also, we can see CJ, he just get burst down right in the last fight. The Shackle shot into the Evoker combo, so he realized that he need to get the BKB. He does have it now, so I believe the situation won't happen again. Jump in and die to the backliner. At least he has a BKB to run away or to kite back a little bit. And now this smoke play is gonna be the very crucial one. Let's see how the team's gonna place this team fight.
Mangdaya will roll away and Drake needs to be really careful. He gets hit by the Death Seeker. I doubt Mamang Daya will, or Dreamer Cell will go back. Sunstrike does land, and TB, he goes in with the Gale Force. Tries to go for the two-man Shackle Shot, won't be able to find it, but they find the Reaper's Sight on Drake. Haven't been able to take him out, but the Meteor Hammer, or rather the Chaos Meteor will. Over on the backline, Cold Embrace to protect DB as he backs away. The Winter's Curse was also phenomenal as CJ, he might have the BKB, but he needs to activate it, and instead of fighting, he's just gonna run away. Leaves Mamang Daya to fend for himself as Mamang Daya rolls on forward, but he is all alone against the full fury of Direborn. He is just simply going to fall. For Mentality Monsters, for the team that is named Mentality Monsters, Yuheng, they certainly did not play that very bravely.
Yeah, that fight went in pretty badly. They lost the keeper of light at the start of the fight, and they tried to kill the backline with the Haunt and the Earth Spirit commit to the end, only bring down 2 support with him, but still, now they're running out of juice. No more spell, not a lot of BKB left, and they might lose another set of racks, or maybe the Roshan too. Might not be enough to close this game yet, but huge disadvantage already.
I think if you're Direborn, you want to force out this buyback from the Earth Spirit, but they'll realize he doesn't have one. And then they'll end up with Mega Creeps anyway.
Yeah. You can slowly siege and take the building down. There's no keeper, so they cannot really defend, cannot really stop this push. They also need to be careful. They might get killed if they're not.
Rapido, he goes in towards that backline. Puller 2 though does have the BKB. Rapido instantly losing out on most of his HP. Is just gonna get bursted down. Mamang Daya has bought back into it, has a BKB of his own. Dreamer Cell falling very low, nullified down, but they need to catch up to the Necrophos. DJ can't close that gap. Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace is there as Mamang Daya will get hit by the Reaper's Scythe, and CJ, who is the lone survivor right now, is going to be cursed upon by Deco. He will not be able to teleport back to his fountain and will just fall. And that should be the series. That should be Direborn convincingly defeating their former partner, their former teammate, as Drake will just tap out, and it will be Direborn who will make their way into the grand finals.
What a team fight coming from both sides. At the last team fight, if the Prime Beast has a BKB ready to use, maybe the story could be different. Maybe he won't die first at the start of the fight, but he went in at the very moment, but he has to do so, right? Because if he don't, he might just miss the opportunity to kill the Necrophos or whoever trying to kill the tier 3 tower. But he went in, but unfortunately the BKB is only a few seconds away to off cooldown. And I think because of the nerf, right, on BKB, there's a patch ago that increased the cooldown or something on BKB. And now that nerf hit the Prime Abyss this game. And that fight, if the BKB only a few seconds away from off cooldown, I feel like that could change the game. But better performance from Direborn. After the game 1, they bring the momentum to this game 2. They storm the lane, they control the map in the mid game. They also avoid a lot of ganks. Really good map movement from Direborn. And then the strike, when they are strong with the item power spike, they win a lot of big fight. And also some mistake from the Spectre, especially the bottom high ground one. He jumped to the back like a shackle shot and he died to an Invoker combo. That's a crucial team fight. That's a crucial mistake from CJ. And well played by Direborn. A very convincing 2-0.
Very convincing 2-0 indeed. And I kind of like this lineup too. Dreamo Cell with Poda 2, right? Can't wait to see what they do after TI with I believe that at the end of the month you have the Blast Slam close qualifiers also coming up. So maybe this time Direborn will be able to come up with a more convincing performance as some of the other Southeast Asian teams have also risen up at that higher tier level. But for now, guys, we only had this one series at Crane Station. Tomorrow we'll probably have the full 2 more series, the lower bracket quarterfinals, or rather lower bracket semifinals and the lower bracket finals, where Mentality Monsters are going to await whoever wins between Six Cats and Team Kicked. This was your host Ultras alongside your co-host Yuheng, the lovely Yuheng, I will say. And we will see we will see all of you tomorrow.